All right, what do we got?
We are back at Bonnie Field tonight for the last home game of the season. Sacramento Republic taking on LA Galaxy 2 next.
Our champions may come and go, but our foundation remains. This is the world's game, a dance of athletic grace and physical precision. Yet this does not make the game. It is the people, the indomitable spirit. We are Sacramento.
There's no denying Bonnie Field is home to the best atmosphere in the USL, and tonight it may be even louder than usual as the Galaxy 2 are in town for this rivalry matchup brought to you by UC Davis Children's Hospital. Good evening and welcome. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. September 17th, a date many fans had circled on their calendar as a can't-miss match. Well, it's living up to its hype. LA is playing great as of late. They won on Wednesday, are now in the Final Four at the top of the table here in the Western Conference. Sacramento, they've been one of the best teams in the USL. And Kevin, what a time to be playing so well.
Absolutely hit the nail on the head, Rob. If you're going to peak, now's the time to peak in the season. The guys are riding a 9-game unbeaten streak going into this game tonight. Also, a win or a tie here tonight gives them that home game in the first round of playoffs, which is a very, very important thing for the club. And take a look at some of these results we've seen that really propelled the club into this 9-game unbeaten streak. The two that stand out are St. Louis and Portland. Back-to-back 4-game goals, which really kind of gives the offense credibility in my mind from that point forward.
And the defense has been great as well, and that run of form has put the Republic atop the Life Store Western Conference table. Sacramento can lock up the #1 seed with a win here tonight, but they also will need a draw or a loss by Colorado Springs, Rio Grande Valley, and Oklahoma City. But they're going to have a tough go. Los Angeles is playing better than anybody here in the Western table as of late, other than probably the Republic. And Ariel Lassiter, he has been phenomenal here. And this is a guy that got on the board early on last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday got on the board early. He's a guy that's really stepped up in the absence of Jack McBean, scoring goals in big games. He's come up really big for the club. Big omission, though, in the squad here tonight. Not in the 18, which is a surprise to see by Los Dos. And you see here, obviously, the spark off the bench. Wilson Nishaw with a great little finish here. Just finds the near post. Clement Diop kind of caught sleeping there. So, like to see him come out tonight and have a big influence on the game.
Well, how about a signing? Wilson Nishaw. Everyone talked about Carlton Cole. It's been this guy who's had the impact. 2 goals in 3 games. But for Los Angeles, bet to keep your eye on Jose Villarreal.
Yeah, Villarreal. He's the quarterback for the club. 1 goal and 1 assist here at Bonnie Field so far this season. One of the players Sacramento needs to get a handle on early here tonight. Otherwise, he'll punish the squad.
All right, the California Endowment Countdown clock reveals we're just minutes away. Los Angeles, Sacramento. It's right here on the CW 31.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice. Restore sight to those who otherwise would not see. Empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Today we're going to be comparing these 2 truck beds. Let's start over here with this aluminum bed. Put your toolbox up here.
Whoa, that's a big hole. That is unbelievable.
Now, let's check out the roll-formed steel bed of the Silverado. Same spot, same empty toolbox.
Took it way better.
The steel held up.
Find your tag and get 16% of MSRP cash back on select remaining 2016 Silverado pickups in stock. That's over $7,500 cash back on this Chevy Silverado. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
With a competitive rate on a home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank, you could open up a whole new world. And we'll be with you every step of the way. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
You might know me as Eddie from East Los High, where I play an undocumented teen whose family struggles without access to healthcare. But check this out. Later this year, California is expanding Medi-Cal to undocumented people under the age of 19. That means you can see a doctor if you get sick or you just need a checkup. Here's what you need to do. Sign up for Emergency Medi-Cal now, even if you don't have an emergency. Spread the word and don't wait. Visit CaliforniaHealthPlus.com to find a clinic to help you.
The Tower Bridge Battalion fans getting ready for this one. We are inching closer to the matchup between the Los Angeles Galaxy 2 and the Sacramento Republic. With more on how the Republic hope to pull out 3 points. Let's go down to our third member of their broadcast team, Julissa Ortiz. Julissa.
Hey, good evening to both of you. Yes, just had a chance to talk to Coach before tonight's game. What his thoughts were, how he's feeling. He's excited. He said, you know, it's hard to believe it is the last match of the season. He says, I still feel fresh. Normally I'm exhausted, but he credits the team for a great season. He did say, you know, we cannot hold back. We need to work hard. We've worked hard all season to hold this spot. We've got to do that. He said, we are going after an attacking system tonight, especially after last week's game.
Well, we wasn't at our best in the first half. We was way off. What we take from it is that we must start the game well. We must be positive and go for them. So hopefully they'll come and not waste time and go for us and open the pitch up, and it can be a good game. Because one thing I want to do is see a good game of football.
And don't we all? Let's get to the coach on the other side for the Los.
To a good match. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Julissa. Well, let's get to the other coach on their side is 46-year-old Kurt Analfo in his third season leading the Galaxy 2. Has his club in the playoffs once again. What a job he has done. Now let's take a look at who he'll try to do it with the Galaxy 2's starting lineup. And a couple of changes as they did play on Wednesday. So in this starting 11, you have Adonis Amaya up top, Ethan Zubak as well. So a couple of changes for Los Angeles. Interesting to see the changes they went through. They'll have Diop back in the box one more time. But Kevin, really the Villarreal brothers, the stars of this show tonight.
Yeah, Villarreal brothers as well. I mean, you got a lot of new looks and new players in here getting a chance tonight, which is kind of unique for this situation where the season's in right now, Rob.
All right, and now let's look for the Sacramento Republic starting 11. A couple of changes in terms of what we'll be looking at, a 3-4-1-2 tonight. So you have Carlos Rodriguez in that back line.
Yeah, Carlos coming in, a new formation. First time we've seen this 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, whatever you want to call it, this season here at Bonnie Field. So just another unique thing kind of happening here tonight. Guys, a new challenge to see how the first 10 minutes kind of shake out, Rob.
And we'll talk about more about that lineup coming up in the broadcast here. But let's take a look at UC Davis Children's Hospital injury report. Of course, Emerald Clementa still out with that left knee that he injured earlier on in the season. He's making great progress, but not likely going to see him before the end of this season, so we'll have to wait until 2017 for Amra Clementa. Here's your matchup of the match here, brought to you by Nissan. Evan Newton, Clement Diop, two great goalkeepers.
Yeah, for me, this is kind of vital. These guys get underlooked or overlooked every once in a while through the course of the season. Diop and Evan Newton, two really, really good goalkeepers with very similar numbers. Obviously, Evan Newton a better goals against average, but this is really where I think the game's going to be won or lost. Which one of these two guys is going to make the key saves tonight?
All right, now with that, let's head on down to our public address announcer, Jamie Coffey, who has more, or maybe actually be heading down to the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to center pitch and welcome Amra Clementa.
Thank you. On behalf of my teammates, coaches, staff, and everyone here at the club, thank you. Thank you for being here at Bonnie. It's night after night. Because of you guys, we are at the top of the West. Because of you guys, we are in the playoffs. Because of you guys, we are indomitable. So thank you very much. And glory, glory, Sacramento. Let's get it, baby.
And here we go, the raise of the tifo here because of you. And this is a great moment as the staff members played an integral part in creating this tifo. We know so many times that the Tower Bridge Battalion creates tifo, and here tonight we see it being raised on the south end of the field. There's no club like this, Kevin.
No, very, very unique. Yeah, all of the Republic staff, some of the coaches and players come out, paint that tifo early in the week, in the wee hours of the evening, down at Rubicon Brewing. Thank you guys very much. A lot of beers had, a lot of fun had. Joe Wagner coming in with about 12 pizzas, so just something special that really kind of encapsulates the culture here in Sacramento.
And we'll talk more about that during halftime. But for now, under these smoky skies, we had a fire just along the American River Parkway 2 hours before the kickoff here, and you can see the smoke settling in. It is not fog, it is surely smoke, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and the health concerns for that as we are underway, Los Angeles and Sacramento from Bonnie Field.
Another wrinkle to this rivalry that just amazes me. These scripts, you can't write the scripts. From Miracle of Bonnie to what we have here today, we got the smoky match. I'm sure some clever fans going to create a hashtag here tonight. I hope you guys do send them our way. But just adds to the mystique and the lore of this rivalry against LA.
Clement Diop with a quick clear, and we are underway here. Dump off, Ethan Zubak getting the start tonight. Chris Christian playing in that back three tonight is Carlos Rodriguez also into that center. He gets a first head on it this time around. The youngster from Mexico is playing a critical match here late in the season. A big shove by Zubak, Hall, no call. And now Carlos Rodriguez will have to turn and try to clear it away from Zubak. A lot of pressure that back three will see tonight as Los Angeles threatening here. Shot on goal, sliding save by Evan Newton. And a great attack early on from the LA Galaxy, too.
Yeah, LA Galaxy putting their influence on the game here early, getting a strike on goal. Good save by Evan Newton, nonetheless.
All right, let's get to your Chevy keys to the match as we get started here.
So we talk about the first 10 minutes. You got to control this energy. It's going to be a game that's a rivalry game with a lot on the line here. Players sometimes come out and try to do a little bit too much. So you got to come out with controlled energy. That's the first thing I want to see the side have.
Here's Adonis Amaya brought down by Jeremy Hall just outside the box. No whistle. Excuse me, Kevin.
And going on to this next one is we got to get Iwasa into the box here tonight. If Iwasa's going to have success and score goals, he's got to get himself in the box. And then finally move the ball quickly as you see Iwasa once again press. If Sacramento can move the ball quickly, they have success all season. If they dwell on things, they typically don't have success. Those are my three keys tonight, Rob.
All right, nicely done getting them in there. This is not going to be a game where you're going to have much breath air here. This is one that's going to be moving and moving fast. Both clubs looking for 3 points tonight. Sacramento on top of the Western table. Right now, LA Galaxy 2 currently in fourth. They're hoping to secure a home playoff match. Sacramento wants to stay on top of the standings and try to have home advantage throughout the playoffs on the right. Here goes Nathan Smith now, a strike from deep, and he'll send it out into the stands. And with that, that gives us a moment. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this smoke, Kevin. As a player, this has got to be difficult here. And we'll talk to maybe Julissa Ortiz here in just a moment. And it looks like she possibly is ready, but the smoke is something that could be a health concern here as it continues to billow out on the field. Julissa.
Yes, Rob, we are watching this. You can see that smoke intensifying here on the field. We do know that they are monitoring the air quality here. And if, in fact, the decide that it is not healthy enough for the players to continue the game, they will pause it, treat it as a hydration break, but they apparently are monitoring the air quality situation right now.
All right, thanks so much for that, Julissa. And there's no doubt about it, as it looks like Matt LaGrassa.
High boot there, maybe is that Villarreal.
And so Victor Rivas blows a whistle and wants to have a discussion with LaGrassa separately and not with the influence. And you're right, it's Jaime Villarreal who was slow to get up from the midfield here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe LaGrassa comes in with a high boot. It looks like some of the LA Galaxy 2 guys are kind of taking a bit of offense to that by LaGrassa. Get a good look right here. Ball comes through from Carlos. Get a good look at LaGrassa coming in. Doesn't really know where the players are, where Villarreal is. There's no harm, no intent there. Let that go. I think
a little soft.
Referee's got a handle on this. Rivas has got a good idea of slowing things down and getting the handle on the game.
Here's Jaime Villarreal, a good strike in the middle of the box. Defont with a boot on it. Here's a left dribbler, slow and wide right, and that's Rebellon, who with a good strike just from about 30-40 yards out.
Yeah, so now we got a quick break here too. So let's talk about this 3-4-1-2 that Paul Buckler's calling this. This is a unique and different situation here. Obviously, two games left to go in the regular season. I think this is the first time we've seen this all season at home. And what this typically means, Paul's talked about that he wants this to be an attack-minded formation. Obviously, with throwing only 3 guys in the back, you're putting more guys in the midfield. Sometimes, though, Rob, we talked about this, it leads to more of a defensive shape if things aren't going your way. If you're playing on your heels a little bit, it means your wingers, your James Kiffey and your Elliott Hordes, who typically want to play high, they might have no choice but to play deep, and causing that basically a back 5 almost. So we'll see how this progresses. But if things are going well, that means they're flying at the outside backs and pushing things on and moving things forward. So it'll be interesting to see how the shape of this game and the energy of this game goes with this new formation for the Republic.
Throw deep. Cameron Iwasa battling here. He'll have a throw.
I like an interesting call too by Paul Buckle, giving Williams, the young guy, once again giving him a run here tonight in this massive, this big important game.
He had a goal 2 weeks ago. Here he is in the box. Slow cross, looking for LaGrassa, back to the feet of Barrera. Barrera with a strike! A save by Diop!
That great build up there, great strike by Danny Barrera. Goes through a lot of traffic, through a lot of legs. And here's a good example of what the back 3 means. You got 3 on 2. You're missing that one other player back there, so you're not fully doubled up, so to speak.
Here's Zubac near the touchline, and near the end line, I should say, and it'll be a goal kick for Sacramento.
Yeah, looks like crossed the line a little bit early there.
And you kind of look at offensively and defensively and how that all plays out on that 3-4-1-2, but how dangerous has Jaime Villarreal and company been? And a good strike here from Danny Barrera, and you got to give a go from there. And just another phenomenal save from Clement Diop. But looking back to that formation offensively, they are so good with the Villarreal brothers getting their strikers, Amaya and Zubac. I think Paul Buckle maybe wanted to try to slow that attack because those typically come from the wings.
Yeah, and another thing too, Danny Barrera is going to have a much more free role right in behind Cam Iwasa and Harry Williams. And that's one of the situations too where you have, we get a foul here, it looks like a throw-in going Republic's way, but you have the firepower of the Villarreal brothers, and how do you deal with the firepower? What do? You show them Danny Barrera. If you're going to play these 2 guys, watch, Danny Barrera is going to find a seam right behind your two brothers. And if you're going to cheat and you're going to kind of try to go forward too often and too quickly, it's a foul here by Iwasa. If you're trying to go forward too quickly and not thinking about that gap, Danny Barrera is the one player that can expose that. And that's the answer, right? That's the, we've got the head coach, Kurt Onalfo for the Galaxy saying, here are my cards, here's what I'm playing. And we got Paul Buckle saying, well, you know what? I'm going to raise you 1 up. I'm going to push my cards all in, my chips all in, and put a playmaker like Danny Barrera in that gap.
Well, this has been quite a matchup between these 2 clubs. Throughout history, it's been Sacramento who has owned this rivalry. Here's Barrera, sprays it out to the left side. Here's walking up to it is James Kiffey. Kiffey with a strike, hits the back of Smith, and it trickles out of play. And if you look overall, Sacramento leading 6-2-3 on this season, however. Sacramento with the only victory on the year, 2 other draws between the 2. And misunderstanding there, somehow went at the back of Smith, but it's somehow LA's ball. Now Rodriguez has to recover. But here's Danny Barrera. So these matchups have been incredible. We go back to the miracle of Bonnie, where the club was down 2-0. Rodrigo Lopez with a hat trick, pushing this team on to the championship in 2014. Republic lose to the Galaxy in round 1 a season ago.
Which was a fiery match. No pun intended there, but it really was. There's a lot of stuff going on after the match that kind of just, I think, put another extra layer into this rivalry.
And you're right, Kevin, because this already has the feel of a playoff match. Probably the hardest match between these 2 clubs we've seen. We have a sold-out crowd here at Bonnie Field tonight. Sold out 2 or 3 days ago. LA's coming ready to play. They just played on Wednesday, so you have a little bit of a different lineup, so it'll be interesting to see who comes in off that bench for Los Angeles. This one's off the back of James Kiffey.
And also, really, LA's still not mathematically eliminated from that potential first seed. So if they come in here and get 3 points tonight, Sacramento's got another chance, obviously, to win next week. But if they lose and LA win their next 2, they got a really good chance of being the #1 seed.
Great ball, Barrera. Waited nicely. Here comes Cameron Iwasa. Cameron Iwasa being double teamed. Have to cut back through as Jeffy Payeras and Nathan Smith are the marks. Able to get out of it is Iwasa. Finding Barrera. Barrera's right foot. Now look to his left foot, and he'll slow things down for Mike DeFont. Mike DeFont with a hard shot. and just sprays it way right. And Matt LaGrassa with his hands up near that back post asking for it.
No, I think LaGrassa's got a good point there. Would have taken a wonder strike from Tafont. We get a view of him. He's apologizing. He knows what's going on. Really had enough bodies in the box for Sacramento. I think there's 3 guys in the box. Just drive that, a driven ball, a little curl on it into the box. A good cross. Try to get something out of it. Would have been a better decision, but can't fault the guy for taking a strike. I'll always say that. And
we go back to this rivalry, and heading into this year, Kevin, the first time these two teams matched up in Carson was the Republic victory of 2-0 down south. Sacramento had only 2 goals in 6 games heading into that match. It was the turning point. Emra Clemente in the 16th minute able to score, and it really turned things around offensively for Sacramento. You have a similar output here tonight at Bonnie Field.
Yeah, I mean, Sacramento, beyond that first, 5 to 10 games this season, their offense sputtered, and that might be putting it mildly, but lately, I mean, things have really started cracking on all cylinders. You got a lot of new bodies coming into the squad that are pushing players, making them fight for things a little bit more, and it's now known that, if you're not putting the ball in the back of the net, there are people behind you waiting and wanting to get a run. It's a good ball forward.
And moving forward deep into the attacking third, Los Angeles again. Here's Amaya near the end line.
Well done.
Off the hip of Chris Christian.
Well done by Chris Christian there.
We'll keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. Throwing for Los Angeles here, 10 minutes in, alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister. Last regular season home match for the Republic, Villarreal. This one sent in, cross to the heel of Christian. Now it's Jaime Villarreal. Can't break. Is Barrera. Quick touch. Dangerous play in the box. LA still fighting forward. Rabellon down. Here's Harry Williams. Harry Williams fighting for it. Harry Williams brought down. Whistle blows. Rick Rivas will award the foul. It'll go. Looks like apparently against Diallo.
Whoever it was. I mean, Diallo. Oh, no. Anyways, really lucky for Harry Williams, obviously, in that situation. Harry Williams trying to go for the nutmeg through the legs right there in that situation, which is a very, very dangerous part of the pitch to be trying to do something like that. So fortunate for Harry, got bailed out a little bit, but not the place you want to take chances on the pitch, Rob.
And that was Josh Turnley, who's playing the left back position. 21 appearances, 4 assists. He has been a crucial part to this defense for the LA Galaxy, too. And just a reminder, this match is also available on SAP on your dial there on your television. Los Angeles, Sacramento, the 4th matchup between these two clubs this season. Republic with 6 wins, but it has been on the road where the Republic have dominated. 4-0-2. They have never lost in Carson, which is pretty remarkable when you look at these two teams. And LA has been one of the top teams. They won the West a season ago. Republic won the championship the year before that.
Yeah, it's a good job by Harry Williams being on his front studs, thinking right there as a poor ball back. Almost had a chance. I think it might have been a Maya there with the poor ball back to the center backs.
Sacramento.
Only choice was to hoof it forward, and Sacramento get the ball back.
Sacramento riding that 9-game unbeaten streak. Ties the club record, what they accomplished earlier this year already. But Kevin, you could make an argument they're playing better now than they were in the early part of summer when they had that 9-game unbeaten streak then.
Well, really they are right now. I think they got the puzzle pieces that have come in. Graham Smith and Paul Buckle have brought in quite a few good pieces to this puzzle. Namely, first guy I think of is Jeremy Hall. He seems to be the guy that's kind of, been the anchor in the back and really been able to kind of allow Danny Barrera more freedom to know that he doesn't need to be the one that's switching the side of the pitch. Great ball.
Here's Awasa. Gets a foot on it. Volleys it down. Williams. Here's Hall. Now here's a switch.
Rob, that's the ball I'm talking about that Jeremy Hall brings to the table here.
Hard ball in. Cross from Kiffey. Foot to it is Turnley. Barrera settles it, and now Barrera will play it back out.
Yeah, good decision by Danny right there. But going back to that ball by Jeremy Hall, he's the one who's kind of like come in here and allow Danny Barrera freedom to go forward and not have to worry about being the one that's switching the ball from those situations. Poor giveaway there by James Kiffey, and another poor giveaway by LA.
Back and forth match. You've already seen some of the physical aspects of this. Which team will be smarter tonight? Harry Williams takes one to the gut. Now he's going to take a shot on goal and just lazily send it to the right. And I think you have a case. You have LaGrassa and Awasa now who have had opportunities on that back post, Kevin. They're just not finding them.
Yeah, and I think right there, Elliott Horde flying up down on this right side would have been a good ball, good touch in. Harry's got one thing on his mind in that situation. However, Horde was on the right side on the flank, flying up that right side, asking for the ball. You got to reward your outside, your winger, getting up, doing the work, putting in the work. Got to give him the ball, circle back, get in the box.
All right, here's Clement Diop, the 22-year-old, making his 21st appearance. Has allowed 24 goals, a 1.2 goal against average on the season. Did play 2 games with the first team. Team went 1-1 in those matches, and Bruce Arena felt that Diop's got a lot of talent, a lot of opportunities, but he felt that he still has a long way to go, and he said he's just not quite ready yet. And so it'll be interesting to see whether Clement Diop is the future, as Brian Rowe still holds down here the first team, but not quite the finished product, as Bruce Arena put it.
22 years old. As a goalkeeper, you're in your infancy state of really learning how to play and learn the intricacies of goalkeeping. So you got plenty of time to learn.
Jose Villarreal goes down, and the Victor Rivas signals advantage. Moving forward, LA Galaxy. Soft cross in, hits the heel of Chris Christian. But here's Jose Villarreal now. A good look at him, still slow to get up. And here's the contact just a few moments ago.
Definitely some contact there. Not sure why he's laying on the ground for a few minutes.
Well, here's our Cooney corner kick, first of the night. 15 minutes in, no score here at Bonnie Field. Sacramento on this season, 13-6-9 with 48 points. First in the West, Los Angeles 11-7-10, 43 points, currently fourth in the table, but a lot will change after tonight. Here's Los Angeles. Ball driven hard, gets over the first man, clear, dangerous play. And it will be a goal kick, but very scary. The Republic fans and everyone with a gasp.
Wonderful ball, this in-swinger here. Clears that first man. As soon as that happens, definitely comes off of, looks like Slager there. Slager's got a really good look at goal right there. Chris Christian does a good job, puts him off balance just well enough for him to kind of end up pulling the ball back across the face of the goal. But that's a great chance by LA here in the first 15 minutes, Rob.
Crowd into it. Both teams have threatened early here, and Jose Villarreal goes down again. Victor Rivas having none of it to Jeremy Hall. An easy play. Hall quickly to the side. Kevin, there's that pass again. He's able to get to the corners of the field, and defensively is where they've really had him play most. But tonight we see him playing a little bit higher. LaGrassa now moving forward, bunched up the Republic, dinking up, and Williams is stopped by Denzel Slager, and so the attack is thwarted.
Yeah, looks like Awasa just doesn't take a peek over his back shoulder. Looks like Nathan Smith comes over that back shoulder, is able to put Cam off there, deflect it back to Diop.
Nike's a proud partner of the USL and Sacramento Republic FC. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Smoky conditions starting to clear up a little bit from where we were at the start of this match, as a fire just across the way along the American River Parkway delayed many fans from getting in, but this did not delay the match start time. So here we are underway, and they'll keep an eye on it. As Julissa said earlier, that this will be up to Victor Rivas to see if there will be some hydration breaks, or I guess a smoke break in this sense, which you didn't think would be called that now.
I've played a lot of games in my life, Rob, and I've never had a smoke break. It sounds like your 10-minute break at work, go for a smoke. But no, I've never heard of it, never seen it before. So just goes to show you can be a part of however many games, and something new always pops up.
Jose Villarreal able to win the ball for a moment. Here's Carlos Rodriguez. Carlos Rodriguez in the starting lineup, Kevin, just making his 8th appearance on the season. What kind of pressure it is Paul Buckle, and maybe the other faith that Paul Buckle has in number 15.
Yeah, I think it shows the faith. He's got a couple cracks here this season. He had some ups, he's had some downs, and he's been pretty level-headed and even keel about it, which kind of shows what kind of character the guy has. It's a good ball here by Mike DeFont, switching the field to Kiffey. It's a good first touch. Just whip this ball in the box now.
Here's Kiffey, strong cross in, looking for Williams, and it just sprays wide.
Oh, that's a great ball. Harry Williams is there. Danny Barrera is even behind him too, but Harry does a good job, gets up, makes himself big. This is a wonderful ball in by James Kiffey. Look at this good whip on it. Harry Williams just can't get himself over it, and you look also, it might be a little touch in the back. Take a look right now. He's a free header right there. I tell you, look, Danny Barrera right behind him. If that ball is just an inch higher, maybe misses Harry and goes to Danny Barrera. So wonderful effort. That's the ball. That's the ball in from James Kiffey that you want to see. Driven hard with a little bit of bend on it, kind of dipping back in at the last moment.
The 20-year-old Harry Williams, 3 goals on this season. Had the second goal against Orange County Blues 2 weeks ago here at Bonnie Field. A week ago, Los Angeles was the site of this matchup between these two clubs. This ball looking for the backside. Looks like Slager would have been the target. Well, you can see Jose Villarreal, Jaime Villarreal, they really are the maestros of this club, and probably Jose more so than anyone, but does have 6 goals, 4 assists, and 26 appearances.
I'll tell you what, talented. Got some, both these guys have gotten run with the first team, and I think LA's got high hopes for what these guys can develop into over the next few years. But yeah, two young kids, brothers, great story from down south. Galaxy have got them in now, and I think the sky's the limit for both of them. I know both Bruce Arena and Chris Klein have high hopes and high aspirations for these kids.
Jose Villarreal, 2 goals, 4 assists with the first team a season ago.
I tell you what, another guy that the Galaxy have high hopes for is a guy on the bench right now. I bet you see him before the end of the night. His name's Bradford Jameson. Kind of like if you follow the first team, there's a guy, Giassi Zardes, obviously the national team as well, plays very similar to him, just a younger, more raw player than Giassi is. So I think LA's doing a really good job of stocking their lineup, stocking their squad, getting those young guys involved. It's a chance to break here for Republic.
They've got a talent pool to work with, too. Is he offside? He is. So Harry Williams is 2 steps ahead. Well, how about the big news, MLS? Landon Donovan coming back to MLS, to the LA Galaxy. What does that do for the LA Galaxy, too?
I mean, a lot of talk, too, would we see Landon at some of these games? I mean, really, that was a discussion, which is kind of interesting to think where, Landon had been gone from the game for 2 years. Must have a lot of free time on his hands, I know. I mean, it just makes you think, like, what's going on? Not enough crosswords to do during the day, not enough coffee to drink.
I mean, have you ever thought about training and coming back? I mean, that's got to be a lot of work to come all the way here.
Yeah, Landon, though, is a special athlete. The guy is fit. I mean, I bet it probably takes him about at least a quarter of the time that it would take a guy like me to come back and get fit and try to play again. And Rivas here, by the way, Victor Rivas, the official here. A lot of personality, Rod. Reminds me of Clattenburg over in the EPL, who, I mean, I tell you what, the camera loves him. And you get a look at Rivas here. I saw him walk in. The suit that guy was wearing was snug and tight. Got the cool slick haircut. The guy's got a personality, so just interesting to see the first 15-20 minutes with him coming out. He's very animated, which is funny to see in center referees, and I think it's going to be fun to watch him tonight as well.
Jose Villarreal over it, looking for his 5th assist. Will send one hard. It'll drop into the box. A second chance for Los Angeles. Clears away. Cameron Awas is able to punch it off the feet of Jose Villarreal. So another break for Sacramento, remains scoreless after 22.
Right, let's go back and talk about Carlos Ruiz here. So we get another look here at this free kick first. Villarreal, good service in the box there. I tell you what, that's a wonderful job by Carlos Ruiz right there. The ball bounces in the box, and typically when the ball bounces in the box, that leads to bad things for the defensive team. Sacramento does a good enough job to clear it out. Cam Awasa does just enough to get it out for a goal kick. See, as we got Rivas once again blowing his whistle real loud.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think they're going to be keeping an eye on Jose Villarreal here, and even pointing to his 4th official here, Duran Ozemeyer, and saying, you know what, this game is going to get physical. He's going to try to maybe keep it under control as much as he can, but I think you got to say good luck to that. It's going to take quite an effort from this officiating crew. Hall
going down heavy again. I mean, this is where Rivas has got to get his hands on it. I think he's doing a good enough job early in the game. I think the Galaxy too were coming up, talking to the referee, asking for cards, asking for cautions, and when that happens, it usually influences the referee's decision. But I think the personality of a guy like Rivas, don't know the guy, but the first 15-20 minutes looks like this guy knows how to take control of a game, and that's the referee and the personality that's needed in a game like tonight with the rivalry, the history, all that stuff surrounding this. To get another look at what Jeremy Hall's going in here. He's going in hard, steps on the toe, just stands on the toe of Villarreal. I mean, he's going down in a heap there. To be fair,
ankle for Hall too.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, getting stood on like that with these studs nowadays does definitely hurt. You're losing toenails left and right, Rob, but there's not much there for him to go down in a heap as he does. And well done by Rivas for not throwing out a caution right there.
Here's Jaime Villarreal. Ball swung in to the head of Hall. Looking to break was Williams. Won't get a chance on it. Here's Bradley Diallo playing all the way up from the center back position. Diallo sends it in hard. Looking for Zubak. Zubak's been quiet.
LaGrassa, just a poor giveaway out of the back.
The smoke continues to settle on the field here. It's hard to see some of the player numbers here every once in a while. Zubac again, looking to get a break on it. Switch to the right side will be giving chase will be Barrera. Barrera trying to keep it in play. And another whistle blows, so it's getting very tight. Josh Turnley now called for the foul that time.
And this is something interesting Rivas has got to get a hold of and calm things down a little bit. And this is where I think referees earn their pay, so to speak. But this game already, 25 minutes into it, a lot of fouls called and a lot of chatter with referees and players to the referee. So expect a lot of cautions here tonight, which will eventually come into play towards the 70th to 80th minute.
Quick touch, 1, 2, 3. Barrera can't hang on, and tumbling down goes Ravallon, and a whistle is blown again.
That's a wonderful ball by Cam Iwasa, the layoff, the one-touch layoff, and the guy you want on the ball. Look at that great little touch right there. Kind of no look. Danny Barrera, just a poor first touch, but that's the guy you want on the ball in this situation. Just kind of gets away from him a little bit and then concedes the foul. Not a terrible foul to give up. Get yourself back, get the line set. But I love that combination play down that right side. Cam Iwasa with a wonderful, wonderful ball. That's a good piece of technique right there. James Kiffey, well done.
Fifth foul for the Republic tonight. Now Kiffey springing forward. Kiffey's got a teammate to his right. It's Iwasa. Is he onside? He is. He'll send it right back over. Looking for Williams. Williams with a crack at it. Jeremy Hall brings it down. Hall into the 18, working toward the 6. Can he stay on his feet? It falls out of play, and it will be a goal kick for Los Angeles.
Yeah, might have been a foul over there, but that's Jeremy Hall. I think Jeremy probably took one too many touches there. Have a crack, pull it across the face of the goal.
It's Payeras who was in the play here to break things up, but here's James Kiffey with great run, just a little too heavy.
It's just one touch too many is what it is, Robert. I think it's got the right weight on it, but if he's able to play that one touch quicker, I think Cam Iwasa, and there's the trip right there by Jeremy Hall. If it's one touch quicker, I think Cam Iwasa continues that full speed run. Cam had to slow things up as he was going to be offside. And if it's played that one touch earlier, I think it's getting through, and Cam's making a really good run.
Barrera squirts it past to the right side. Here's Horde. Horde's had very few touches tonight. Good looking ball. It just hangs on to him a little too hard. Weighted it nicely, looking for LaGrassa on that run. LaGrassa wasn't there.
Yeah, just didn't get his foot around it enough. You see him apologizing. Matt LaGrassa is making a really good run from the deep midfield position. And I love that run from LaGrassa that he does often. And even that ball, the early ball like that, I think it just kind of surprises goalkeepers and surprises back fours every once in a while. Obviously, just not enough. Horde doesn't get enough pull on the ball to bring it closer to Matt LaGrassa.
How about Elliot Horde, though? Signs from UC Davis. Played with the Fresno Fuego a few matches this year. His 5th appearance, has an assist. That was to Harry Williams 2 weeks ago. I mean, he's been fantastic. What a pickup midway through for the Sacramento Republic.
And especially filling in for a guy like Emerick Clemente, who's just been an absolute stud for the squad for the last 2 or 3 years. Finding him coming in the position and time that he did and doing as well as he's done shows, I think, that Graham Smith and Paul Buckle once again found a gem in the guy like Elliot Horde. He's coming in, performed really well, and I tell you, Rob, it's tough to come into a team that late in the season and a team that's fighting for first place nonetheless, and come in and contribute as well as he's done. There's a great little piece in the B this week about him where he talked about some of the history that he has with the club. I think he might have been at the Miracle Bonnie or been at the first championship game the first year, and kind of said to himself, wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely for one day to come back and be able to strap on a Republic kit and walk out here and play at Bonnie Field? So a great story top to bottom. And also shout out to Fresno Fuego for what they've done for Sac Republic and a couple of the guys that we've signed from them. The relationship that Graham and Paul have with those guys and Elliot has filled in fantastic this year so far.
And Elliot part of it said, his training was, be ready. You never quite know what will come your way. He had one training, thought it went pretty well, didn't get the call. And a few days later, here he is. He's signing with the Republic. He's a key part. Reminds me of the James Kiffey story in 2014. Very similar. Brought on very late in August. Now they're playing a crucial role for this championship run. Good run here. Zubac. Rodriguez has got to get there. Rodriguez able to slow it down just a tad, and the young fellow able to make a play.
And once again, Carlos Rodriguez, I tell you what, this guy is an absolute thoroughbred. A guy from Mexico, Graham Smith, Paul Buckle found this guy early in the season so far. He had his ups, he's had his downs, he's had a couple poor games, he's had a couple good games. And I tell you what, every time I see him, his attitude and energy is exactly the same. It's typically, English isn't that great, so it's typically, sup, dude? And that's about all that's about the length of his English that he's learned. But I tell you what, he's a great kid, great personality, and I think he's got a big, bright future in the game.
Here's Jaime Villarreal looking for the back post, and up goes Evan Newton and makes the snag. So Evan Newton, making his 12th appearance on the season, has allowed 11 goals. Do the math, Kevin. That's a goal a match here. So if he can try to get a clean sheet here, that would be to his benefit. He's played very well for the Republic. A guy who came on in for Dominik Jakubek, who at the time when the Republic was the best defense in the USL. Tough task to come in here, but I think he's fit in nicely.
Broadcaster's curse here is he absolutely flubs his kick out. But I tell you what, another guy with the character and personality that just shows the culture, I think, that's been developed here in Sacramento. Comes in, high hopes, high aspirations, ends up losing the starting job to Dominik Jakubek for the first pretty much quarter or half of the season. And Paul kept telling him, like, relax, you're going to get your chance, you're going to get your chance, you're going to get your chance. And it's so hard to believe that as a player. And Paul stuck to his word.
As Amaya goes down here, whistle is blown, and Victor Rivas is going to have a chance to try to probably calm down here Jose Villarreal, who wanted something more.
Yeah, I think once again, going back to Newton, he finally was given his chance and he's taken. I think last week against LA, didn't have a great effort on the goal that was scored, but I tell you what, less than a goal or a goal a game average is a pretty good number. And here's a look at Jeremy Hall coming from behind. A little bit ticky-tacky on Amaya, but it is from behind. And once again, the Villarreal brothers are in Rivas' ear often here, trying to get some cards pulled, and it's going to take a strong personality like Rivas to back him off and calm him down.
So here's the older Jose Villarreal, likely with the left foot. A lot of movement on the line, and Victor Rivas is still going, and now looks like Jaime Villarreal. No, it is Jose Villarreal. Punches it toward the back, ball falls down. Coming up to it is Payeras, the center back. Center back throws it right back in, and it's Carlos Rodriguez with a good clear.
Yeah, solid clearance there.
High kick from that right side. Nathan Smith. Harry Williams was looking to break.
Harry Williams almost nicked that off him.
Now Chris Christian, who's playing a little bit out of position in a sense, and able to throw it off the back of Payeras. And so Chris Christian gets a ovation from the home crowd, who's standing right behind him. But with that three-back system you have here now, Christian, who typically plays closer in, how has his role changed here tonight?
It changes slightly for you. I think you give a little bit more freedom actually to go forward and distribute the ball, which I love playing in a back three. Played in the same sort of position that Chris did. It allows you to go forward a little bit, but you don't necessarily have to make the streaking runs up the flank and then make the runs back, which wasn't necessarily my forte. So it still gave you the ability to have some distribution and have some fun with the ball. And freed you up to win aerial balls as well, which was always enjoyable for me. So I think Chris's role is slightly different, but a quick shout out to Chris. I think this season so far has been absolute dominant for him. He's played wonderfully, has done everything that's been asked of him, and you couldn't ask, once again, a better character and a better kid in the locker room. So it's a wonderful season so far for Chris.
Chris originally from Ghana, his family's from there, played in the Ghana Premier League in 2014, then NASL and USL here as well, and now he's with the Republic in 2016. Well, all the matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow all the action on the USL YouTube channel, playoffs as well. It's going to be an exciting season. The Red Bulls, too, are dominant in the East. The West, still up for grabs. Rio Grande Valley has been good. Colorado Springs has been good. Los Angeles has been good. Of course, you have Vancouver, who's been right there as well. Oklahoma City. And, well, of course, the Sacramento Republic, who lead the West as of now. It's going to be a great final 2 weeks here of the USL season in the Western table.
Yeah, you know, a win or a tie tonight, obviously, we talked about. Locks up that first-round home game. If you end up blocking up that first seed, Rob, I mean, that's just home all the way through. It looks like it's probably, depending on how things shake out in the East, but the East is real top-heavy with a lot of 2 or 3 teams with a lot of points. So if all things go, that's got to be a push in the back. It's well done by Harry Williams. Just feeling the pressure there from Nathan Smith. Feels the pressure. It's not too much, but you know if you're going to go down in that situation, you're going to get the call. So well done, smart play there by Harry Williams to get himself a free kick, and it's somewhat of a dangerous position for Sacramento.
And I hate to keep bringing it up. If you're just tuning in and wondering what's going on, there was a fire along the American River Parkway. Not quite sure if it was a respark from 2 days ago, the fire that was just along the way, but that's what you're seeing here is the smoke has settled on the field, and the officiating crew and the coaches are keeping an eye on it, but it makes it for a little bit difficult to see who is who when on the other side of the field. It's Danny Barrera and it's James Kiffey who are waiting for the go-ahead from Victor Rivas, the official here tonight. No score here. Barrera, strong ball low, doesn't get very far, but he gets it right back. Now he's up over to Kiffey. Kiffey looking to send it in. Kiffey cuts it back. Kiffy one more time. The UC Santa Barbara product can't get it through.
That needs to be a better ball by Danny Barrera.
And Amaya trying to keep it in play. It'll be a throw for Sacramento.
It looks like Danny Barrera is trying to hit the ball a little bit too hard there, focusing on the pace and not the placement. Obviously, must clear the wall, get the thing in the mixer.
Talked a lot about this rivalry between Sacramento and Los Angeles. Sacramento has owned it, and of course this year the only team with the win is Sacramento. Between these two other matches were a draw. Your favorite rivalry matches, Kevin, when you're playing with the Portland and your Houston and New York, what are the games you look forward to?
Yeah, New York was always DC. DC and New England were always tough games and fun games to go playing. Portland, obviously Seattle, unbelievable experience. Even playing Vancouver was fun when I was with Portland. But this one for me, I mean, this just hits close to home for me, obviously for being from Sacramento. This means more to me than those do, Rob. It really does. You know, the Sacramento-LA rivalry will forever be important and special for me. And even moving forward, the rivalry that hopefully is started with the Earthquakes in San Jose, get that NorCal rivalry going. We were funny talking to Kalen Carr, a Bay Area kid who's actually works for MLS now, does MLS's The Movement, which is a great little show. Go on the internet, go to MLS and check out The Movement.
I think they're here tonight.
They're here tonight. They're in town doing a special on Sacramento, kind of going in the culture and what the city's all about, circled around the game of soccer. So I think we talked about this rivalry that LA and Sacramento have, and also with the Bay Area rivalry in Sacramento and how different and the differentiators that Sacramento has and the personality that Sacramento has. So if you haven't had a chance to check out The Movement, check out The Movement. It's a foul here. Check it out. Kalen Carr, The Movement, wonderful show, and that really hits on what makes Sacramento. This is just.
And that's trouble, and that's a bad move from Jeremy Hall with a strong shove.
That's just, it's kind of laughable.
And it's Rebellon who went down, and Jeremy Hall had just had enough of Rebellon standing over the ball, and that's, I mean, acting. You could get an Oscar for that as well. I will say this, LA has been very consistent in their diving here tonight. So the two shake hands. And one thing about Jeremy Hall, even if you're going against a very competitive guy, he's probably got the biggest smile in the USL. You don't stay mad at Jerry Hall for very long.
Jeremy is a guy that's never mad off the field. You put him on the pitch, though, he flips the switch, which is what you need to do, and he does a good job at it. But Ray Bayonne right there just goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Nebraska with it.
Embarrassing is what it is, Rob, and I hope he sees the video of that, or it's at least some laughing material for Kurt Knopfel to tell his guys, like, okay, don't do this.
Well, you talked about the movement and the video that was shot during a couple of days. It's an MLS program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has that been done before, the USL Club? I don't think it has.
This will be the first of its kind for that show, and they focus on part of their spin here is to talk about how all these cities are really fighting for MLS, and everyone wants to be a part of it, but really Sacramento is the one club and the one place that has all the boxes checked, and it just kind of shows once again also that Sacramento's ready and willing and able, but at the same time, we've got a great thing here right now as it is. I mean, we were playing LA Galaxy too in this great rivalry. We've got 11,500 people out here. We got some smoke to add to the character. It's just we're fine and we're cool with how things are right now. Don't get me wrong. MLS comes knocking. We're gonna answer and discuss it fully here. And look at our battalion. I mean, no other club in the USL, minus maybe a Cincy right now, and they're just going crazy with what's going on. I think I saw a record again today. Another
over 300,000 fans this year.
Yeah, I mean 24,000 fans tonight. That's just absolutely wonderful for Cincinnati. But I think Sacramento, we've got a great thing we have right now, and we should enjoy it and appreciate it, and really kind of wrap our arms around it and support it. And then when MLS comes knocking, we'll go to that level. But right now, the product we have and the system and the stadium, all this stuff needs to be appreciated.
And you know what? It's more than just about this football club here. Is Harry Williams moving forward now, looking for a break. He had Iwasa. Now it's Horde on the right side. Horde is onside. Will Horde send it back in? Sending low cross. Looking for Iwasa. Diving. Plan is broken up. But right back. Here come the Republic one more time. Horde near the end line, trying to maybe work his way into a corner kick, and good defending, and a whistle now is blown. That gives us a break to head down to Julissa Ortiz. We talked about the rivalry, but for Sacramento, it's so much more. This community has rallied around not just the soccer club, but food as well. Julissa.
That is right. Tonight is the Republic FC Farm to Fork night, the third year that we've been doing this here, really celebrating Sacramento as the nation's leader in the Farm to Fork movement. So you may notice on their jerseys tonight that they're wearing a very special patch. It is the Sacramento Farm to Fork capital logo there. Now, what's cool about this is that these jerseys will then be donated and then auctioned off, and the proceeds will then benefit local charities that center around the Farm to Fork movement.
Thank you so much for Julissa. And what a great month this is for Sacramento. All the different dinners along the bridges. And the big festival coming up next weekend on the 24th from 10 to 6 p.m. Pretty much the entire Capitol Mall. You've got some of the best breweries and wineries and food and other organizations coming together. 75,000 people a year ago. Should be another great event. Make sure you check out that in downtown Sacramento if you're in the area. Here's LA, though. Threatening again, dumping it off. Jaime Villarreal almost there, but LaGrasse get a toe to it. Working way back up is Nathan Smith. Decided to forego his UCLA senior season and sign with Los Dos. It's been a good opportunity for him. He's making his 24th appearance for Los Angeles, just 21 years of age from the Fresno area. Jeffrey Payeras trying to sneak it in. Amaya with a header, had to go nowhere, and a bad boot on it from the Republics. Forward, Jeremy Hall wants to try to clean it up.
How about that touch by Jeremy Hall?
And now the whistle blows. It goes against Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is furious.
Is this one of the Villarreal brothers once again going down softly?
It's Jose again.
And this is Jeremy Hall once again. How many times? First of all, Jeremy's got to be careful now just simply by being talked to so many times. But at the same time, I tell you what, Rivas needs to talk to the Villarreal brothers as well about going down soft. You get a look here. Jeremy got a little extra effort there by Jeremy. So to be fair to Jose there, I'd probably do the same thing in this situation. If someone's going to kick him while I'm running away, I'm going to definitely take to the pitch or take to the ground.
Well, Kevin, there's a lot to explain right now, but maybe because it's a full moon tonight too. I mean, this just seems to be the fire earlier. You've got the fire in the field here. The crowd is electric as well. I mean, the harvest moon is strong tonight, and we don't even know if it needs stadium lights. It's so bright out there tonight. Beautiful shot there. And it's a great match between these two clubs. Los Angeles and Sacramento, the Galaxy 2 and the Republic, forming quite a battle here at Bonnie Field in this fourth matchup between these two clubs.
Easy there. Just don't need to send him anywhere.
And DeFont able to win it. Now it's Harry Williams just looking to go on the run. Crowd loving it, though.
That's a good ball in by Danny Barrera, forcing LA to kind of get their shoulders face or their chest facing their own goal, their shoulders facing midfield. Well done by Harry again.
Harry Williams looking to turn against Bradley Diallo. Harry sends it in, looking for Iwasa. Settles it. Horde with his right foot, now with the left touch. Back post, looking for LaGrasse. LaGrasse one touch. Now it's Iwasa. Iwasa, now it's Ferreira. And last touch by Sacramento. It'll be a goal kick for the Los Angeles Galaxy 2.
Yeah, get a look here. Get that ball's coming out to Danny Barrera. You like to have it on his left foot. You see him look at this angle. You see this ball's cleared. Great job by LaGrasse. Ball comes out. Watch Danny Barrera's run. Kind of tries to circle around it. It's a tough ball to hit with your left foot. Obviously, if you're right foot, it's going to be a lot easier. Take a look right here. It just comes across it too much. Needs to be something special. A perfect strike, really. Terry Williams is onside there.
6 shots to 3 shots Republican favor here. Neither team able to break through. We've played nearly a full half at Bonnie Field. It's been a physical, chippy match. And it's been exciting almost about every moment of it.
And here we are, too. The final 5 minutes, Rob. This is where games are won and lost. How well can you defend? How stingy can you be? And if you're given a chance, can you take it? Games are won and lost in the last 5 minutes of the half and the last 5 minutes of the game. So, I mean, these are really, really crucial times. And let's see how Sacramento handles this situation right now.
Los Angeles looking to break free.
Great tackle.
From the backside, Jeremy Hall again and Carlos Rodriguez, both playing so well tonight.
I tell you what, that's a dangerous, risky tackle, too.
Here's Cameron Iwasa. Iwasa against Jaime Villarreal. Looking for Barrera. Stepping in front is Turnley. And a whistle blown. Jose Villarreal gets the call, and the home crowd is not too happy, to say the least. And they are up and off the bench.
Yeah, looks like a little pull there by Elliot Horde on Villarreal again.
He's smiling. He knows it.
Get a look at it right here. misses early.
Upped it off to the right side, looking again for Pieris and Slager. Have tried to team up a couple of times on that right side. Paul Buckle changing the formation as Iwasa goes up into the air, and he'll get whistled for a foul. And now it seems that Rivas is just getting whistle happy on both clubs.
I would say both guys are doing the same thing there. I don't know why Iwasa is the one being singled out and given the foul.
LA in the attacking third. Ball driven hard, down low. DeFont cleans it up.
Good clearance by DeFont.
Here's Turnley.
How well can you defend?
Good placement here. Jose Villarreal deep in the box. Low cross, tapped it in! Los Angeles has struck here late in the first half of play, and it's Ethan Zubak with his second goal on the season, an assist from Villarreal.
Here's the last 5 minutes, we just talked about it, and also the clearance by Mike DeFont. The ball comes right back out to him. He's got 1v1 defending. Get a look at it right now. 1v1 defending against Villarreal. He's got to do better here. You can't let that turn happen. That's just lazy in my mind. He fights to come back, and Villarreal puts a great ball. And I tell you what, wonderful finish by Zubak. Looks like it might have been a little cheeky back heel, but this has got to be better by DeFont. You can't dive in like that, be caught complacent. It looks like it is a little back heel by Zubak. What a finish.
Rodriguez could not get there in time, and there's that gap in that three-back set that you talked about is when you don't have the placement and you're kind of left out on the island. That's exactly what happened. Carlos Rodriguez could not recover in time.
Yeah, that's just a special finish there by Zubak. I tell you what, great little ball in by Villarreal. But it goes back to defending in my mind. You get in that situation where just move your feet, work your feet. You do yourself a lot of favors.
And the sprint stoppage time, 1 minute here for this first half of play as Los Angeles able to score late in the half, and they lead by a goal. Another ball sent. This was looking for the backside of Jose Villarreal. Los Angeles did lead 1-0 heading into the break last Saturday, and it was Wilson Nishaw who scored late to give the Republic a draw and the point, which was crucial at the time. No call for Cameron Iwasa there, was pleading against Brian Ribion. Not much time left, and Rodriguez sprays it into the crowd.
Yeah, it's a bit heavy there. Not a bad idea. Trying to switch the field, set it down that left side. I think it's been good success with James Kiffey over there.
Final moments here of the break coming up. We'll have more on the special TIFO that was created by the club for the fans, as well as an interview with Warren Smith with Felisa Ortiz. And that's all coming up at the break, so don't go anywhere. That's a whistle there for a foul on the far side of the field. And let's take a look at that goal on the Carl Jr. goal cam. Evan Newton playing that near post, waited for it, and just a touch quick from Ethan Zubak.
I can't even see exactly what he did there. If he let it come back to his left foot, or maybe he even went off of Carlos Ruiz, or maybe some sort of ricochet in there. But Zubak's getting credit for it nonetheless. Finds himself in a good position, makes a really good run across the face of the goal, and a great ball in by Villarreal. Sacramento down one going into half, and that's that last 5 minutes, Rob, where games are won and lost in these situations.
The 18-year-old from Corona, California, Ethan Zubak with the lone goal. Probably last play of the half. Ball driven hard, looking for the backside. It was Bradley Diallo, and it skirts out of play.
And Evan Newton's pretty lucky here as the half whistle is being blown. Evan Newton's lucky. He comes out, takes 3 or 4 steps, and gets back on his heels, and that's the deadly danger zone for goalkeepers.
So after 45 and some change here at Bonnie Field, Los Angeles leads by a goal. Sacramento, when they trailed the break, they're 2-1-2. See if they can have another comeback like we saw in Carson a week ago. It's been a great physical match between these two clubs here in the CW31. The Galaxy 2 up top as we head to the locker room. Don't go away. Plenty more here in the halftime show. And another 45 minutes to play from Sacramento.
See you tonight.
Okay, we'll be home at 5.
Okay.
I got a high bill alert from SMUD.
Huh.
I wonder why electricity's spiking at 4.
Bye.
You may not have a garage band, but with My Energy Tools, you can set customized bill alerts and use the tips and tools to help lower your bill. Start saving at smud.org/myenergytools.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice. Restore sight to those who otherwise would not see. Empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Putting off vehicle maintenance? We've got you covered. The highly trained technicians at Jiffy Lube do more than just oil changes. We also replace filters, exchange coolant and transmission fluids, rotate tires, and more. All in a jiffy. Visit jiffylube.com for deals and locations. Jiffy Lube, leave worry behind.
Wiener Schnitzel's gonna feed your night. Whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. The night is waiting. Feed it at Wiener Schnitzel.
Wow, 12 cents a year is what Armstrong and Getty are paying for their utility bill with their Sunworks solar energy system. As you know, Sunworks is offering a free solar system to one lucky fan. Of the hundreds of homeowners that requested a free solar evaluation at our last 4 matches, Sunworks has randomly selected a winner. Tonight, we are excited to announce the winner of the Sunworks free solar system giveaway is Julio Costa. Julio, on behalf of our solar partner, Sunworks, thank you so much for entering the Sunworks solar system giveaway. This check we're presenting you with is for a 4-kilowatt system from Sunworks, valued at over $20,000. We're excited to present this check to you, and now you will enjoy the savings like Armstrong and Getty did for years to come. And Sunworks has something for everyone. You will always win by saving with Sunworks. From now until the end of the Sacramento Republic MC's playoff season, Sunworks will be providing 2 2017 season tickets to each man that goes solar with Sunworks. What a great offer by our solar partner, Sunworks. Go to sunworksusa.com for details. Glory, glory deals. Glory, glory, Sacramento. Wear your Republic FC gear to any Chipotle in the Sacramento area today and tomorrow, and you can buy one, get one.
I'm Connie.
And I'm Janae.
And ask us about our Hondas.
Yeah, ask us about our Hondas.
We love them. They're dependable.
Very dependable.
And you can haul a lot of stuff. Well, Janae got her CRV first.
And then Nancy got her CRV.
Then Hillary got her CRV.
But she's a little camera shy.
Looking for a trend-setting SUV to keep up with the Janaes? For Janae and Connie's story and a great deal on a CRV, find your Northern California Honda dealers on Facebook.
The following is a real-life depiction of a bacon three-way. Viewer discretion is advised. Acts of bacon jam dripping from Black Angus beef may make some viewers feel hungry. Scenes containing bacon crumbles that lead to biting and lip-licking may be considered offensive. Images depicting strips of applewood smoked bacon laying on top of each other may not be suitable for work. This burger is for hardcore bacon fans. The Bacon Three-Way Burger, only at Carl's Jr.
UC Davis Children's halftime show. Los Angeles with the lead at the break, 1-0, after a goal scored by Zuback in the 45th minute. Well, the Sacramento Public staff got together after work this week, the group grabbing their paint, brushes, and a couple of beers as well to say thank you to the loyal fans. The Tower Bridge Battalion usually creates the tifos, but this time it was the front office who made today's TIFO. The club would like to show their appreciation for the supporters of the Republic, all the fans who come to each and every home match, and even those away as well. The TIFO was unveiled before the match to these 11,000 plus fans here today. And here is a good look at it. As because of you, as it is raised to the VIP section. And with that, we'll have a little bit more with Julissa Ortiz, who's standing by with Warren Smith. Julissa.
Hey, good evening to you. Standing by with Warren Smith just a few moments ago, or earlier in the game, I should say, displaying the TIFO. What a beautiful sign, really about the fans tonight.
That's right. So it's always been about the fans. Everything that we do is about them and making sure that they have fun. And then
I think they're having fun.
I hope so. They seem like it.
You know, thinking back to 2014, you know, when we were playing at Sac City, right? We'd fill those stadiums. Here, we're still filling the stadium here. Does it surprise you that the fan base continues to grow year after year?
Oh, I think it's not a surprise, but we're obviously very happy that they're happy, and we keep working and doing what we can to make it even better experience, and frankly, you know, make it all about them, you know, so.
I think you have some fans back here.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. Would you say that the fans, I mean, they travel to games far, you know, in a way, you know, or do they help? Are they part of the success of this team?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, everything that, I mean, the boys really react to, you know, the support. We've been on the road where we actually out-cheered the other teams, and
that's kind of a nice feeling.
LA last week, and, you know, we had 150 people there, and our supporters group, they had maybe 10. So it's a good example of just how this club is really building and really becoming something special for the people of for Sacramento.
It really is. You know, you were one of the guys behind bringing this team here. How did you know that Sacramento needed a team like this?
Well, Joe Wagner and I kind of had some experience in sports, and frankly, you know, with what we were going through with the Kings potentially leaving, it was time for us to actually add to what we, you know, have. And so our mission, our vision is really, you know, to make Sacramento the most inspiring, rewarding, and exciting place to live, work, and play. Nothing about soccer, right? So we just use this beautiful game to actually do that and make it a better community. And so we can't do that without them. We can't do it without knowing what they like and what they like, you know, what they'd like us to do. And so anyways.
They're clearly very vocal. They help keep you focused, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And keep us, they hold us accountable too.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, you know, the guys, they come out here and they play hard, but they also are very involved in the community as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a big, all sports teams should be really focused on, you know, helping those that need the help the most. And so we really enjoy the boys getting out to the community, all of us participate with different organizations, and obviously the Glory program to give some financial support to actually organizations that are doing really good hard work. They're the ones doing the really hard work in the community, and so we're just happy to help them and make it a better place.
Fantastic. All right. We're getting ready for the second half here, so I'll let you go, but I appreciate you chatting with us tomorrow. You should probably say hi to your fans.
Good. Let's go, guys.
All right, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that, Julissa. We'll have more in your halftime show coming up here. Tower Bridge Battalion going to try to rally the troops on the field. Los Angeles with the early lead here at the break. They lead 1-0 as Jose Villarreal had to find Ethan Zhu back in the 45th minute. We'll have your highlights coming up after this.
Your training may not lead you to gold, put you on the podium at the tour, or get you that big endorsement deal. But nevertheless, the fire that burns in you is still the same. Your achievements are measured in personal records, battle scars, or just showing the kid across the net that you still got it. When you walk through those doors, we see the champion in you. So lace them up, clip in, and get wet. Your training starts today. Discover the champion in you at California Family Fitness.
So, can I see you again?
I'm free on Black Forest Ham Day.
There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day.
Every day a different 356-inch sub. Every day of the week. Every sub contains no artificial flavors. At just $3.50, it's a great sub at a great price.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet
Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The 350 sub of the day. Every day of the week at Subway.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Stand back.
How did you do that?
I'm Supergirl.
You're who now?
This fall, it's all super all week on the CW. The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Take on sudden stops in Nissan Sentra, Altima, and Maxima with intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to your local Nissan store today and save up to $4,250 on Altima, or get a low $129 per month lease on Sentra.
Have you had a chance to look at the menu?
I'll have the happy breakfast.
They don't have happy breakfast, Ken.
You don't have happy breakfast?
I don't think she watches Good Day.
Behind you.
It's time for
Good Day. Find your happy place.
Wow.
It's catching on.
Welcome back to Bonnie Field. Los Angeles with the early lead as they were able to sneak one in right before the break. And here as we continue on the UC Davis Children's halftime show, let's get to your NorCal Honda halftime highlights presented by NorCal Honda. NorCal gets it for style, performance, and value. You can't beat Honda. See your Northern California Honda dealers now for the year's best deals. NorthCaliforniaHondaDealers.com. Early strike from LA Galaxy 2 and the Republic, back and forth, each had great opportunities.
Yeah, this is both early in the match. 2 strikes, 2 good efforts by both sides, and really kind of settled in from there. James Kiffey with a wonderful ball driven in. Harry Williams just doesn't get up enough. And then the one too many touches there to Cam Owasso. Cam tries to bring it back across. Good effort there by Harry. And then Jeremy taking maybe one or too many touches here. Concedes the foul, allows LA to kind of break out and get back set. So obviously later in the half, you see the ball down the side here. Mike DeFont diving in there. You got Villarreal come in. Actually serves a great ball in here. And then obviously finished up there by Zubac with a wonderful little back heel. Not exactly sure what happened. Kalen Carr from the movement. What do you think of that?
We're going to get to Kalen Carr in just a second here. We got to do our UC Davis Children's Hospital halftime stats before that. Here it is. Shots. Republic had a couple more opportunities, but shots on goal. The Galaxy had the better looks going through. Not a single yellow card, Kevin, in that first 45. You got to feel like that's going to change.
Yeah, that'll change. Obviously, 11 fouls to 7. That's the one thing I'm looking at right now. So Sacramento need to do some things here early to get back on the board.
All right, let's head down to Julissa Ortiz, who's standing by with Adam Smith.
Yes, Coach Adam Smith here. All right, just a few minutes before the second half, they got a late goal. How are we feeling after that?
Obviously disappointed to concede a goal when we did. We felt that we'd come out well, and we were organised. We were able to open them up, getting good areas, wide areas. We just feel that we need to be a little bit more polished when we get into that final third. Make sure that our final ball in is more clinical, and hopefully get an early goal in this second half.
Are you making any changes to the team here?
No, we're going to keep it the same. We're fairly pleased with the way we've played. Other than, as I say, conceding a late goal in the first half, we're actually quite okay.
How about the mood in the locker room right now?
Yeah, it's a mixed mood because we've conceded, but I think there's confidence in there. The boys believe in themselves. They believe they can get back in the game. We've got to go on and win it.
All right, we're just a few minutes away. Thanks so much, Coach Adam. Back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Julissa. Kevin, it's been a very physical match early on. Saw the fouls, the statistic, 11 for Sacramento, 7 for the Galaxy 2. And here it is, been on display from the first minute it seemed that this match was underway. You had both teams either physical or they tried to pull a couple of stunts.
Yeah, and you see these physical matches, they happen quite often, but also what I want to focus on is how LA players are really kind of coming in and talking to the referee early about this and what's going on. And you see him getting in the referee's ear, which changes the influence, changes the landscape of the game. So I want to see if Sacramento can kind of do the same as well to put some weight on Rivas and make sure that he's calling things both ways.
All right, we're about to get underway here from Bonnie Field. Los Angeles with the early goal. And it has been the key play of Jose Villarreal, picked up his 5th assist on the season. No doubt he is this club's MVP with Jack McBean no longer here, but Sacramento now and Los Angeles will flip sides. Sacramento will go to the north end, Los Angeles to the south end here. We do have a special guest here as we just about to get underway here. And Kayla Carr, we really appreciate you coming by to tell us why you're in town here, and you have a decorated soccer career, and here you are in Sacramento, and I know this team has aspirations for MLS, so I can ask you, what are you doing here?
Well, we came to check it out. I mean, I've been hearing about the buzz for so long about the Republic. Everybody's been telling me, I'm a Bay Area native, saying, hey, come up here. And I used to play against Goldie growing up, playing youth soccer, and then, of course, in MLS as well. So we wanted to come out and do a feature for our show, The Movement, that goes on MLSsoccer.com, and really see firsthand what a special environment it is. I've been so impressed by the club and by the possibility of them coming to MLS.
Well, we're so excited to have you here. I know you spent a couple of days with the club as well. As the ball is sent deep from Evan Newton, a backheader flipped on here from Cameron Iwasa. And now it's James Kiffey in the middle of the park. Danny Barrera has a chance. Danny Barrera just over the crossbar.
Yeah, Danny Barrera taking a little bit too much time there. Looks like there's a deflection for the corner kick. Once again, not taking that look over your back shoulder when the ball's coming, so you get a good look right now for the ball. Nice ball in by James Kiffey. Good no-looker there. And Danny Barrera just not paying attention. To tell you what, this almost goes in the top corner for a goal for Sacramento for the own goal. But a good start for Sacramento. And we got a good opportunity once again, the outswinger by Danny Barrera coming in. Let's see some big bodies crash the goal here.
The left-footed Danny Barrera from Thousand Oaks, California. Barrera looking for the back post, pokes out midfield. Christian goes up for it. Cam LaGrassa now with a play on it. Dangerous ball still, or chance for the Sacramento Republic that's headed around. Harry Williams at his feet. Los Angeles able to clear. So you spent a couple of days here. What do you think of the city so far? Now getting a closer view with really a professional soccer team. Now what seems to be dominating the landscape. Hard ball set in again for the Republic. Danny Barrera.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, you see how many people just walk around the street are wearing Republic shirts, hats, scarves. Everybody's been anticipating this game. There's such a big rivalry against LA. It's been really fun to see.
DeFont. Here's Barrera again over the top.
I tell you what, early right now, we got Sacramento knocking on the door right now. This is the energy and atmosphere that we want to see them come out. So Paul Buckle must have had a good word right here. It's a good look right now. Great layoff by Cam Iwasa. Danny Barrera just doesn't get enough over it. Can't get his chest over it to get it onto target. But this is the energy that Paul probably brought up in the locker room. Come out strong and stay positive and try to get a goal early, really.
You've played professional soccer for quite some time. What's the atmosphere like here in Sacramento compared to places you've been?
Honestly, it feels like an MLS match. It feels like these games that I've played in, Kevin's played in over the years. You see the passion behind the goal with the brigade. It's been pretty incredible to see. It's been first rate, and the level of play as well. There's a lot of quality play on the field. I think the standard has been really high. I've been really impressed.
Offside call here against Harry Williams, and so Los Angeles still with that early goal. And the physicality of matches like this compared to some of the big heated rivals you were involved with?
Yeah, I mean, these games have a little bit something extra to them. There's that extra bite. You can see the referees that had talked to a couple different players. The foul numbers are a bit higher than usual at halftime, but those are the games you want to play in as a player. You get that a little bit extra energy. You have that competitive nature, and there's a real history to this rivalry. This isn't something that's made up, and that adds a lot to it.
Yeah, I think it's a natural, organic rivalry, Caitlin. We've talked about it, and these are the games also that you circle on the calendar a little bit too. You look forward to it. There's going to be a better atmosphere and energy in the stands. The fans are going to be pushing it a little bit more, a little bit harder, and definitely the ones that you circle and look forward to on the season.
Here's Villarreal working himself deep into the box. Chance for Los Angeles here. Slager. The mark is Kiffey. Kiffey gets a toe on it. Right back out to Rebellon. Rebellon's been involved in a couple of the physical altercations. So what can we expect from the show? When do we get to see it?
Well, we talked to everybody around town, from the Sacramento Ballet to barbershops to Kevin, of course, and the club and the players, Imra. So the owners, it's been a really cool piece that we're putting together. It's going to be on MLSsoccer.com in a couple weeks. And I'm really hoping the people of Sacramento in particular take to it, share it on Facebook, and get excited about it and feel proud about how we represent their club.
Well, we got to get Kevin to start using social media again. He's like a 65-year-old man, doesn't really know how to use it
Come on,
yet.
Kev.
So.
I dabble. One or two posts a year, and I'm done.
Throw a retweet my way, man.
Yeah, well, we're working. He doesn't have a lot of followers, but we're trying to work on him. You got to tweet to get followers.
I got followers, Rob. Okay.
Yeah, he's done 2 tweets, I think, all year. So we got to work on him there. But we really appreciate you coming by here. We're very excited, and hopefully we'll be doing a story about the introduction of the Republic in MLS in a few years.
I would love to be there for it and be here for opening day when that does happen. And wow, I've been so impressed by the club, top to bottom.
See, we even play with 2 soccer balls here in Sacramento. We have no rules out here in the capital city.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Sacramento pushing forward here to the right side. Here's Elliott Horde one more time.
A good start. Let's talk about the start here. The first 5 minutes, I tell you what, I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that locker room while Paul's discussing things with his squad. I mean, they come out with a completely different energy right there, and it looks like a tough little foul over in the corner, not called by Rivas. And now conceded for the other way. Just frustrating. But the energy is what you want it to be. I think they've been attacking well. They've been playing on their front foot, moving forward. And kind of what goes back to when you have that 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, however you're going to call it, whatever you're going to call it. Really what you see, what I think I saw in the first half is a lot of the wing backs, which is Kiffy and Horde, played a little bit deeper than we like to see. And when things did spring and go forward, they weren't able to connect and link up with those front 2, Harry Williams or Cam Iwasa, well enough. I felt like those guys were kind of on an island or isolated too much during that first half. So we'll see what the changes are and see how things are shaking out. And I almost think maybe it's gone back to no, I think we're still staying the same here. But I wouldn't be surprised if some changes do happen, and it'd be interesting to see how Paul reacts to this.
Well, Carlton Cole is starting to itch a little bit. I think you want to see him probably in this match and try to make a difference as well. Wilson Nishaw has been a great asset off the bench as well. Republic do have some key members of this team that could contribute in a blink of an eye. And so it'll be interesting to see how Paul Buckle is able to make some adjustment here throughout the final moments of this match. 50 minutes in, Republic down by a goal. Ethan Zubak with his second on the season. As LA trying to counter on their own end. We haven't talked about this, but Jack McBean, who led the team in goals with 15, was sent out on loan with Coventry City on August 19th, and since that time they've had to go other places to try to find some goal scoring. Ariel Lassiter's been that one guy. He's not on the field here as of yet. For Los Angeles, you got to feel pretty good up a goal here.
Yeah, Jack McBean. We actually talked to Kurt Onalfo before the game about Jack McBean and what that move means for him or could mean for him. And it was interesting hearing Kurt. That was a great ball there by Jeremy Hall switching the field.
Here's Kiffy. Ball sent in. Crashing is Williams. Still a chance for the Republic. And it's sent away. Will it remain in play? And it skirts out. And it'll be a throw for
Great
the
ball
Republic.
from Jeremy Hall. Great service in by James Kiffy. Just a little bit too tall for Harry Williams. The Sacramento retained possession again. But really, going back to Jack McBean, and Kurt was talking about how this player was really starting to turn the corner. And sometimes we get a look at like LaGrassa, right, Rob? Or LaGrassa goes away for a month and comes back a changed player. Sometimes a move like that can mean anything and everything for a guy's career, one way or the other.
Jeremy Hall pushing forward, looking for Williams, who comes in with his arms up, and Clement Diop wants to have something done about it. He won't get it, but at least be a talking to Harry Williams from Victor Rivas.
So McBean, what it means for him to go away was interesting to hear. He's going to look right here, just a little push in the back by Harry Williams. What it means for a guy like McBean, hasn't really got any first team minutes with the League One Coventry City side yet, which is kind of a bit disappointing to see. He's left. He's already, still leads the goals for LA Galaxy too, and he hasn't played in 8 weeks. So it shows, the quality that he had this season and where he was with his career, really kind of starting to come over the hump and break into the first team or potentially do that. So it's an interesting move for him, and hopefully it's one of the moves for a guy like Jack, who's been in the league for a long time and in USL for a long time, really can kind of take his game to the next level and give him a lot more chances with the first team. But you never know with these situations. You send a guy to a different country for a long spell of time. You don't have much contact, you don't have much control. Anything can happen. And like I said, hopefully it's for his better and can come back a better player.
So Jack McBean, we saw a lot of him diving toward the net. A lot. You saw a lot of balls going to the top. We haven't seen that tonight from Los Angeles. So defensively, the Republic have played well. They've conceded the goal late there. but defensively, you're not seeing the type of attack we've typically come to know from the Galaxy 2, especially here at Bonnie Field.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting the next 5-6 minutes.
Here's Chris Christian moving forward.
Once that 60th minute hits, to see what sort of moves are going to be made. No activity on either side, either bench really yet. A couple guys jogging up, and actually Kurt Onalfo's down talking to a few players right now. Looks like he's talking to Bradford Jameson. Another kind of soft giveaway. Onalfo's talking to two guys. One of them is Bradford Jameson, which is going to be, he'll be seen tonight.
Yeah, the youngster, quite a star, and we'll see him. He's the number 38 on your screen. Well, Sacramento's best early afternoon newscast is the CBS 13 News at 4, anchored by Tony Lopez and Christina James. They're celebrating a decade together as Sacramento's first news in the afternoon. Deep come the Galaxy 2, easy play for Evan Newton.
Tell you what, Villarreal once again going up against Mike DeFont. Surprised me in how well he is aerially. For not being too tall. He's not a short player. He's not a tall player, but I tell you what, does really good in the air and wins his challenges, wins his battle, especially right there with the big body, big strong body of Mike DeFont, who is good in the air. And I've seen it a couple times here tonight so far, Rob.
Sacramento has scored 38 goals, allowed 27. Meanwhile, the Galaxy are one away from 50. They lead the West. Here's a good play from Sacramento, and it's Harry Williams who made Diop nearly pay for that mistake there, and LA able to get away from it unharmed.
Yeah, that's Harry Williams just doing a good job, doing the hard work, doing the blue-collar activities.
You see the Republic going forward. Long ball here, onside is Zubac. Rodriguez able to recover. Christian will have to aid and help. Amaya now dumping it off. Great sliding tackle. Mike DeFont breaks up the possession for the Galaxy 2.
A good tackle. Looks like just some miscommunication there with the back three right now, with Christian raising his hand, thinking it's offside. The poor giveaway there by Villarreal.
Battling here near the touchline, Slager and Kiffy, and Slager called for the foul in the midfield against Danny Barrera. So
it's good footwork. Good footwork there by Danny Barrera to get himself out of that tricky situation.
And it's you go back to that match. Well, these two teams first met together this season, and it was talking about Danny Barrera. The team had not scored but 2 goals in those 6 games. And you a lot of times call for, where's Danny Barrera? We need some leadership. You need the captain to step up. And now you look at him here. He is tonight in the final match between these two teams. Here's the ball sent back post, looking for LaGrassa. LaGrassa has it. Harry Williams. Now it's a Wassa. Just missed the far post. Oh, you can't miss that by much. And somehow Cameron Wassa can't get it to bend his way. And it's a big miss for the Republic, and the Galaxy remain up by a goal.
Yeah, you get a good look here. A great ball in by James Kiffy. And Matt LaGrassa, well done. Does exactly what you want in that situation. Pulls it back across the face of the goal towards Harry Williams and Cam Wassa. Comes to Cam Wassa's left foot, strikes it really nicely, just a little bit too far in front of the face of the goal. Wonderful technique there by Cam Wassa, though. You can see here, Rob, this is, I think, like the maturation of a guy like Cam Wassa. Look at the patience here, the calmness of that. You got to wait, you got to be patient for that ball to come down to you. And I think early in the season, you didn't see that from Cam. You kind of slap at those things, but he has the calmness and the presence and awareness to let that ball drop to him, bring it down to his left foot, has a good strike on it, puts the back of the foot right through the back of the ball, and just flashes it across the face of the goal. Great effort there, and also kudos to Matt LaGrassa. Wonderful decision there to nod that back across the face of the goal.
So that's Rebion who is holding his head there. It looked like a collision with Mike DeFont. But now it's a substitution. The 32-year-old EPL veteran, Carlton Cole, in for Matt LaGrassa, just making his 3rd appearance for the club. Not a lot of minutes for Carlton Cole. A big signing. It was Nisha who's been the one who's had the big spark for the club off the bench, trying to get Carlton Cole fit to play a full 90. We'll see how that progresses as the season goes on. But here he comes in the earliest time that we've seen him this year, in the 59th minute. What kind of impact can Carlton Cole have here in the final 30 minutes or so for the Republic? LA on the offense, sends one in hard. Barrera looking for Iwasa. Now on the break is Kiffy. Can Kiffy make something happen on this left flank? It's been quiet for this side, for the Republic, in this first 60 so minutes.
Yeah, we saw it a couple weeks ago. As the time in the game progressed, you just saw Paul Buckle make a lot of attacking-minded substitutions with a lot of changes in formation and changes of roles. We see right now, Cam Wassa is looking over at Paul right now, asking, what's my responsibility, what's my role? As obviously Carlton Cole's playing up top, Cam Wassa is dropping probably underneath, filling that role of a LaGrassa. and maybe playing rather than having two sitting midfielders, you got one sitting midfielder, Jeremy Hall. In front of him is going to be Danny Barrera, Kamawasa, and Carlton Cole up top with Harry Williams pushed out right, it looks like right now. We'll get this going as this lineup gets settled in. But this is where it becomes tricky, where you got a lot of new faces and new positions, and we mentioned it a couple weeks ago, the same thing, where guys need to figure out where they're going to be with these new responsibilities. You get comfortable through the course of 60 minutes of a game to what your responsibilities are. And with these changes, we'll see how it progresses.
Well, so here is the substitution for Los Angeles. Ariel Lassiter, who has 8 goals. He has scored 5 in the last 6. So he has been on fire. His 15th appearance for the club. He made just 15 a season ago, but had 11 goals. Maybe one of the most dangerous young strikers in the all of USL. And now the Republic will have to counter his offensive ability. They believe they brought on Carlton Cole. Well, the Galaxy counter with that move. Kurt Onalfo using now Ariel Lassiter, the 22-year-old from Costa Rica. Here's Zubak, who has the lone goal tonight, going against Elliott Horde. Near the end line, Horde the sliding tackle, will be able to keep it in play, and it trickles out. And it'll be a goal kick for Sacramento. Good defending that time by the Republic. 60 minutes in, they trail by a goal.
Got some firepower. Kurt Onalfo on the bench. He's got a lot of decisions and some firepower with, guys like Lassiter coming in. Bradford Jamieson, who I bet my bottom dollar is probably going to be featured here tonight as well. Covarrubias, some attacking presence that make decisions hard. Make decisions hard, Rob. But you know what? It's wonderful to have those arrows in the quiver, so to speak. And some assets really for Kurt Onalfo tonight. Same thing though with Sacramento, Rob.
And Rivas is going to pull out the yellow card for the first time tonight. It's on Brian Rebellon. So Rebellon hit with the first yellow, and it's brought to you by McDonald's. And the crowd cheers for the first time tonight after more than 20 fouls combined between these two teams. The first yellow comes out of the pocket here in the 61st minute. And
it looks like there's been a few of those situations, Rob, where Galaxy 2 players are coming in trying to stop and prevent a quick set piece take or a quick foul. And it looks like Rivas has probably talked a few times to the players about it. It looks like maybe it's Villarreal down.
It is. It's Jose Villarreal who's holding his left hip. And so that is the first yellow card of the night. It'll give us a time to tell you about that. You can become a fan of the USL on Facebook. They have exclusive news, interactive content. You can also follow the USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 USL season. And what a year it has been here for both of these clubs. You saw LA peaking early, then they started to drop off. Sacramento had a good chance earlier, then they were at the 7th and 8th seed, flirting with just trying to make the postseason. Now here are Sacramento Republic at the top of the West, trying to hold on, but they do trail by a goal. And here's a big substitution as holding his left hip there appears to be Jose Villarreal, and it will be Bradford Jamieson the 4th to come into this match and see what kind of impact he can have. A lengthy striker who can play out on the wing, some guy who really attacks the net. So now you've got not only Lassiter, you've got Bradford Jamieson to deal with defensively. What are you looking at, Kevin Goldthwait?
Yeah, you'll see Bradford Jamieson on that left side, a young player, long strides, great pace, good at taking players on 1v1. Look for him to be featured up that left flank. I tell you what, it's an opportunity too for Sacramento to try to exploit that side with Bradford Jamieson flying up that left side. Maybe you can get behind him, catch him sleeping a little bit going forward.
And another substitution here is Wilson Nisha is in. And so Carlos Rodriguez is out, and you probably now see more of a typical 4-4-2. You're right, Kevin.
Yeah, most likely we'll have either Kiffy or Horde slide back.
Or maybe even a 4-1-3 up there. We have maybe Carlton Cole up top. So DeFont and Christian move back into the center back positions. And you'll have Elliott Horde and what appears to be James Kiffy now along that back four with him.
Silly giveaway gives Bradford Jamieson a chance to run at the guys.
Hard struck ball here.
Fortunate for Sacramento. Jamieson's first a couple of touches right there, a bit heavy.
Zubak, the lone goal. Carlton Cole so strong, so powerful, able to play with his back to goal. Creates a lot of problems defensively, Kevin. And for Sacramento, these substitution with Nisha and Cole, what does that mean up top?
Well, Cole really is going to be that target hold-up player, and then in behind him could be Nisha.
Quick touch from Kiffey, and Kiffey colliding, and Kiffey.
It's a foul first here. He's calling a foul first and a caution
it's
here.
It's going to be a yellow card against the Republic's the Galaxy 2's Nathan Smith.
Yeah, interesting to see the cards go out this direction. It didn't look like it was too much more than just a typical foul there, and even see James Kiffey going in hard on the follow-up play. But yes, Smith given a caution right here, and once again a good opportunity set piece. This is where Carlton Cole is going to be very, very dangerous. This is his size and his strength becomes a big issue for teams to deal with, as he's very good in the air. But going back to your question, you got the hold-up play by Carlton Cole and the ability to get in behind with pace with Nisha.
Here's Danny Barrera, the left-footed leader in assists for the USL. Danny Barrera has been fantastic this summer for the Republic. Also has a pair of goals. Looking for a good strike here. Back post. Looking for Christian! And it just sailed near post.
Oh, Christian, that's a really, really good look. In fact, he's probably in there just a little bit too early. He's got to hesitate a little bit. I think that's what threw him off. He's got a good ball in by Danny Barrera. Some good near post runs. Get a look right here. Look at him hesitate right here. He's got to hesitate and go back a little bit. I think that's what throws him off. If he holds his run maybe a little bit, or if the ball's just led a little bit further in front of him, I think he's going to nothing but ease to kind of run onto that thing and just try to put it on a target. But a good ball in by Danny Barrera. And it really looks like, Rob, going back to this formation, all these changes for Sacramento, it looks like it's a traditional 4-4-2. Chance for Bradford here.
Bradford Jamison back heel looking.
Oh, well done.
Barrera Lassiter broken up by Mike DeFont. Now come the Republic.
Chance to break.
Danny Barrera.
2 minute touches, Rob.
Getting stuck here, finding Carlton Cole.
Good hold-up play.
And has it cut off. Now the Galaxy 2, Slager. Slager moving forward. Backpedaling is Christian. Slager into the 18, broken up by Christian, and the crowd will give it a round of applause. Kiffey.
There's pace.
Looking for Nisha. Nisha looking for his 3rd goal in the season. He has 2 and now 4 appearances.
Yeah, so set this lineup real quick. 4-4-2 with it looks like Kiffey, Christian, DeFont, Horde. Up in front of him is going to be Jeremy Hall, Danny Barrera out left, Kamawasa out right, Harry Williams up top, Nisha and Cole. So once again, it becomes tricky when you get these offensive-minded substitutions where your strikers are coming out and still in the match, but coming out to play wide midfield.
Here's Elliot Horde looking for Cole. Cole with a back header. Easy play for Diop.
Yeah, decent effort there to try to flick. No one's making the run. No one's believing Cole's going to get on the end of that. That's really where Carlton Cole is very, very dangerous. His ball's in the box, ball's in the air. And you can see him, he's still not 100% fit, but is still a threat and someone to deal with.
Harry Williams goes down, the whistle blows. The Sacramento, offensively, they've had their chances here tonight. Not able to convert yet. Chris Christian, a good look just a few moments ago on a set piece.
20 minutes to go here, Rob.
How about Cameron Iwasa? Consecutive starts. He has been phenomenal. Backhead. Here's Williams. Williams sprays it back out. Danny Barrera cutting it back in against Bradford Jamison. Looking to switch. Finds the foot of Kiffey. Cole in the box. Kiffey going back post. Looking for Barrera. And Barrera falls in the box with no good strike on it. Giving a good run is Zubak. Christian again, sturdy as always.
Well done.
Able to make the play.
They're going back to that attack. Also, Carlton Cole hold up play once again. Knotted it down nicely for for Harry Williams. Harry elects to go out wide with it. Wouldn't have minded the strike. You got a bouncy ball kind of coming towards you. All you need to do is have some good technique and a clean strike on target. It's going to be difficult for Diop to deal with.
The pace of play here tonight has probably been as fast as we have seen it in a couple of months. Ariel Lassiter not able to get around it. Now there's Slager. Slager still onside, has a good look. Dumps it off, nobody home, and a good break for the Republic as Mike DeFont's going to take it upfield.
That's a lot
looking
of
for
giveaways.
Nisha, cut off by Smith. Back to Smith.
And it's really opening up right now, too. Republic need to tighten things up from front to back. Need to be tighter, need to be more condensed.
And shoulder, and now Barrera is going to be booked. That's the third yellow card of the half, third of the game.
Yeah, and this is what I have an issue with. We'll take a look at this, but Ray Bayonne's holding his face. Now, if you're going to go down in a heap, holding your face in your head, you hate to say this, but I hope he did get hit in the head, because if he's going to be feinting this and acting like and embellishing this, there's nothing in the head. And that really, really bothers me as players. As a player, you can't do that. It's disrespectful to the game. You're taking advantage, and frankly, it's cheating in my mind. And as a player, believe me, you take what you can give, take what you can get. And in those situations, I got a problem with guys going down, holding their head, holding their face, embellishing things when you shouldn't be. And that's where, believe me, Rob, I've done some things in my time I'm not proud of during games and after games, but that's just something that I draw the line there and have no time for it.
Ball driven in, dangerous play. Christian falling down. Jeremy Hall is going to do something with it. Pops it up high, and for the moment, they're able to slow this attack from the Galaxy 2, and another whistle is blown, and they'll reset as Jeremy Hall goes down to the turf. Well, for our fans at home, you can follow live stats and more via Twitter through the club's Twitter handle at Sac Republic FC or hashtag SAC versus LA. Kiffy able to keep it in play just along the touchline. Off of the heel of Nathan Smith and picks up a beautiful corner.
Yeah, good opportunity here. Looks like that ball was trying to be just placed, rolled right into the stride of Harry Williams. Harry has got two guys crashing down on him.
Good chance here.
I think fortunate for Sacramento, that ball goes off LA for a corner kick, for the Cooney corner kick here, Robin. Once again, outswinger here. We had a good opportunity the last couple of set pieces from this side. Let's see if Sacramento can capitalize and make good runs here.
Danny Barrera, 9 assists. Looking for a good chance. And Carlton Cole in a decisive header on it, but it went out wide, and now Carlton Cole wants to talk about why it was taken back.
Yeah, this might have been called for a foul. Looked like there's a bit of a push off by Carlton as the ball's coming in. Getting a look at Carlton. See the big body. Little push. Not much, not too much to be. Yeah, the referee Rivas is calling for a foul there. Not much, but enough for Rivas to consider that a foul.
So Cameron Iwasa with his 26th straight start in the USL play. That is a club record. And the growth of number 14 has been phenomenal. He sits at 11 goals, however. One more would give him the club record for goals scored in a season. Moving forward, Ariel Lassiter. Lassiter trying to poke it through. Slager not there. It's James Kiffy instead. Sacramento again, but it's getting dangerous on this side of the field. Can the Republic move forward? Clement Diop will let it skirt through. We do have an injured player out on the far side of the field, and it does look like it's a Jaime Villarreal. It is Jaime Villarreal, and holding his right calf, and the crowd is booing vigorously as the staff comes out to take a look at him. And now Paul Buckle and Curtin Alpha are getting to it on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking here. They're yelling at each other. Curtin Alpha is up in arms as the ball was, as Lassiter was taken in and got a turnover. He jumped off the bench. The fourth official grabbed him, brought him down early.
And Chris Christian now on the sideline. His tempers are beginning to flare here in Sacramento. The Republic, down by a goal, have simply had enough of maybe some of the diving and the whistles that have been blown, but 2 yellow cards against the LA Galaxy 2 has put them in favor in terms of that. But here we go. This is one more chance to see possibly what happened on that far side. And he got hit pretty hard there in the shin.
I mean, he got hit pretty hard. Cam, he's going, and I don't think there's any
no
malice.
Foul there,
maybe it's a bit clumsy, a bit heavy, a bit late, but I don't think there's any malice or reason to think, you got hit. This is a game. It's a physical game, Villarreal. I'm sorry. Sometimes someone's going to kick you. And you know what? You got to take it and move on. And I don't blame him for going down in a heap there. He did get hit pretty hard. I don't think there's malice in it. We'll see what the official does here. If there's going to be a caution for the coaching staff. We've got a lot of activity going on here. Coaching staff could be Cam Iwasa. I didn't see anything other than that to make me think. I'm still a bit curious as to why Curtin Alpha was up in arms as soon as as soon as Lassiter turned the ball over. Yeah, there's warnings for both of them here.
They're both saying to stay in their sides and stay near their benches, and so the warning's going. So it's Los Angeles, it's Sacramento. What did you expect here in this one? So each team given a warning here deep into this one. Los Angeles with the lead, however, and an Ethan Zuback goal at the 45th minute, and a yellow card has been handed out to Cameron Iwasa. So Cameron Watson now hit with a yellow card, and that's 2 for each team.
Yeah, I think Cam there, it'd be a different story if he showed the bottom of his boot. I don't think he did at all. He went in late, maybe a bit clumsy. We'll take the caution, really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tough foul. It's part of the game. And this is an elbow. This is a bad elbow.
And
this is a real bad elbow.
Who comes out with a big yard, and there's a yellow card, and I'm surprised that he's not ejected, but that is his second one. So that means Rebellon and the Galaxy 2 will play with just 10 men, and they could be in danger of playing with fewer than that. As up on and furious is Slager.
This is a little bit bizarre to me. I mean, this is a clear elbow by Rebellon. Comes in hard on Danny Barrera. I think it's a right call by Rivas. Frankly, I'm a bit shocked to see the Galaxy staff and bench is right in front of them. To see their players off and yelling and having this attitude right now is a bit surprising because it's right in front of their bench.
And so Rebellon now is furious, is going to head towards Victor Rivas' way.
Yeah, Rebellon, this is a guy, obviously 10 minutes ago, who's fainted that he got hit in the face. Karma for me right now. Take the walk to the locker room, get off the pitch. Sacramento, roll with this momentum now and continue to play well.
And so that just injected some life here at Bonnie Field. And let's see what happened as we get a camera angle on it coming in. All the way was Rebellon, who just elbow out right into the cheek of Danny Barrera. Yeah, I mean, and you got to feel that Danny Barrera is going to have a pretty good lump on his face after that one.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that called for a straight red for that. I mean, it's a second yellow. Doesn't matter. He's definitely going to be, obviously, he got sent off. But, that's coming in, leading in way too high with your elbow. And that's, in this day and age, they've cracked down on that in the last 3 to 5 years. FIFA's made pretty clear mandates on that. If you're leading with your elbow towards a player's head, it's going to be a caution, or if not that, a sending off. So really, I think the right call by Rivas, and frankly, I'm a bit shocked and stunned to see the reaction by Galaxy too.
Well, and Payeras and Slager came hard at Rivas. They're lucky not to have been hit with a yellow as well.
It's a bit petulant, really, to think these guys. I mean, like, what else do you want?
Well, we also had a substitution as Alejandro Covarrubias comes in for Ethan Zubak, and a foul is called on Covarrubias just within moments of checking into this game. Covarrubias' 27th appearance from Manhattan Beach. The 24-year-old has been very good against the Republic in the past as well. 28 appearances a season ago.
See, and this is also, Rob, keep the momentum going for Sacramento.
Barrera looking for Carlton Cole. Cameron Iwasa, Bradford Jamison able to break it up. A reminder, LA just playing with 10 men now after Rebellon is sent off with his second yellow card of the night. All the yellows that have been handed out tonight have come here in the second half. And another whistle is called, and this one's against Bradford Jamison, the foul, as Jeremy Hall slow to get up.
And there's going to be a lot more action here. If there's that many fouls going on right now, a lot of them are going against LA. There's going to be some retaliation and some frustrations, probably focused at Sacramento more so than it should be. So it'll be interesting. The next 15 minutes is going to be wild here, Rob.
Barrera again, back post, looking for Defont.
Defont finds himself in a good spot. That ball just sails a little bit, coming pretty hard and heavy. Tough for a guy like Defont to bring that thing across the face of the goal.
Are you excited yet, Kevin? I mean, this match has it all right now.
My blood's boiling right now, Rob. After that elbow and the Rebellon,
the dive,
that he got hit in the head and he didn't get touched. That stuff just gets me going. So absolutely, 10-15 minutes here. I got a big smile on my face. Sacramento, we got the advantage up a man. Can we capitalize on it though?
You had a fire at 5:30, delayed opening for many fans trying to get into the game, including ourselves who were sitting outside the gates. Usually here a couple hours early. Not the case today. Good touchdown from Carlton Cole, looking for a breaking knee shot right off the chest.
It's well done by Payeras.
Attacking. Here comes Ariel Lassiter, so dangerous in this attacking third. Lassiter working his way against Chris Christian with this beautiful sliding tackle and able to thwart the attack.
Yeah, when Lassiter's coming in a little bit late right there. But wonderful tackle there by Chris Christian. Kind of puts all his chips in right there. So he goes down.
So you have the fire at 5:30, and now you have the smoke that has continued to linger on, and the physical play right from the get-go. And now 5 yellow cards have handed out. Rebellon is sent off after a strong elbow to the face of Danny Barrera. But the Republic still down a goal.
And you get a look right now, too. Obviously, LA with the man down. They're just going with throwing Lassiter up top. The solo striker going to be busy here for the next 10-15 minutes, chasing balls down.
A lot of space for Mike DeFont. DeFont finding Cole. Cole's on side. He's in the box. Can't do much with it.
Yeah, Nisha was with him, too.
And Slager has it picked right back from Carlton Cole. You feel like Carlton Cole can put his stamp on this. Here's Nisha finding number 10. Carlton Cole will give it a go. And it's broken up again. You just feel like the size, the strength, and the wherewithal from number 10 is above everyone else on this pitch. Can he make it happen? Here's Cameron Watson. Rebound, Nisha! Oh my, do you believe it? Wilson Nisha signed less than a month ago. And he's shooting arrows here at Bobby Field. It's all tied to 1 in the 80th minute. Unbelievable, Kevin Goldthwait.
I tell you what, the fact that Nisha is the one guy that's really following this up shows the quality and the thoughtfulness of a guy like Nisha. But go back to the strike. Take a look here. I'm telling you, I see it. That he takes his touch right here. Great little touch inside. Gets his head up. Have a go, Cam. Have a go, Cam. Have a go. Does it. Wonderful shot. Diop's got to do better there, by the way. He's got to parry that out wide. But you know what? Nisha on his front studs thinking. Simple pass in the back of the net. Level sing 1-1. Momentum. Guys are flying right now. We got 10 minutes to go. Look at that strike. Wonderful strike by Kamawasa. Even better little finish. Both Nisha and Williams are right there. And got to slide. Let's see the slide on the knees. Definitely saw it, maybe. But Nisha, wonderful, wonderful. We saw him. He comes in, really kind of gets behind the back four. Obviously, he's not spreading the field too much there, but he's on his front studs thinking and gets the equalizer.
And now you can hear the crowd chanting, "Beat LA." They are into this one on a smoky night in Sacramento. Tied at 1. The Republic's Wilson Nisha has done it again. Down 1 at the half. He came in the 68th minute a week ago here. In the 80th, he's able to capitalize, and the crowd now louder than they've been all night.
I tell you what, too, Rob, your eyes get so big as a striker, or any player for that matter, when you got a ball bouncing, all it takes is a simple side foot into the back of the net. It's a lot more difficult than you think.
Can they do it again? Quick dump off from Cameron Iwasa looking for Harry Williams. Carl's Jr. goal cam. To his right goes Diop.
Diop's got to parry that away, farther out to the outside of the pitch. Nisha's right there. He'll follows it up, slides in the back of the next. And Harry Williams grabs the ball, puts it on midfield. Let's go. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep playing. Let's go grab another one. We got 10 minutes to go.
The Darlington, England native who once played the Northern Premier League earlier this season. When they brought him in here, they said the potential was high for this young man. They didn't know how much he could contribute right away. 3 goals in 4 matches. I think this is probably the best sign of the Republic so far.
Yeah, he earned the team a point last week, and here he is right now. Earns the team hopefully at least another point, maybe more. But that shows, I mean, in the few games that he's been here in Sacramento, he's contributed, scored goals, scored big goals for that matter. And really is kind of like a pace setter, so to speak, up top. He's the one that kind of can get in behind and stretch defenses and make people think, make back four think, especially in the 60th, 70th minute when you come in and you got a guy that can fly and get on his bike like Nisha as a back four, Rob. I tell you right now, that's something to think about and something to worry about.
Breaking free here. And we're going to get to Julissa Ortiz now, who had a chance to catch up with Wilson Nisha earlier this week. He's been fantastic.
He really has, and I did get a chance to talk with him, and I said, you know, that first game I saw you play, you came in for about 10 minutes, and you scored. I said it was unbelievable. We talked about it. He said, jokingly, it's what I do. He said, but he is thrilled to be part of this team. He said the guys have just been so welcoming, and he is very happy to be here in Sacramento.
Thanks for that, Julissa. How can you not be after 3 goals and just 4 appearances? And what a locker room to come to. I mean, there's been a lot said about how well this team gets along. You hear that from time to time, but it's repeated over and over again, and you can tell these guys enjoy being around each other, and that may be as strong as the play has been on the field. Here's a ball sent in from James Kiffey. Kevin, you've been in some good locker rooms, you've been in some bad locker rooms. Is what they're saying true here? I mean, this club seems to really like playing with each other. Ball sent in. Iwasa looking for Nisha.
You know, where I think you can really tell how the culture is, how the team's doing, is when new players come in and to hear what their responses are and to see what their responses are. And guys like Jeremy Hall, guys like Nisha, Carlton Cole, these guys coming in right now are absolutely loving things, loving the California life, loving being here, loving playing for the Republic, playing at Bonnie Field. And that really tells the tale for me. That shows that the culture here and the environment is great, and people want to come here, Rob, which is wonderful to say.
James Kiffey near the end line. Good chance for the Republic. Just poked it up high. Harry Williams, time and time again, has been the right place. Sacramento tonight, 14 shots compared to LA's 4. Not a single goal here in the second half of the LA Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I think momentum's clearly. Sacramento's playing downhill. LA's going uphill right now with the battle being down a man. And they're really kind of probably thinking, let's just stack it, 8 behind the ball, leave Lassiter up top, and maybe we can break.
They've got 10 minutes to do it here, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how much time is added from Victor Rivas. Carlton Cole able to chest it down.
I'll tell you what, Carlton Cole's hold-up play and aerial play is wonderful.
And they haven't had a player like that really since Justin Braun. Cameron Iwasa battling, and the flag goes up. It'll be a goal kick.
And Carlton, the hold-up play and his aerial play is absolutely top-notch. It's still yet to see him get the ball and take somebody on 1v1 and really be deadly and dangerous in those situations. Would love to see that, but I tell you what he does bring is that hold-up play and allows Sacramento to kind of get the ball up the pitch and then allows the guys, the midfielder, to kind of catch up a little bit, which is vital and important if you want to be able to break with more than 2 or 3 guys. It allows the team to break with 5 guys and go towards the net with an army of players rather than just 1 or 2, Rob.
Victor Rivas signaling to get things going from Clement Diop, is trying to kill time. I think LA would walk away with a point here. As happy as they are, they're trying to remain in the top 4 in the Western table to host a playoff match. They won the West a season ago, beat Sacramento in that first round. They're trying to put their best foot forward here in the final 2 weeks of the season. They were up a goal after Ethan Zubak scored in the 45th minute, but the physicality's gone to it. Rebellon was sent off, and Sacramento playing against 10 men for the Galaxy 2, and they were able to capitalize with Wilson Nishaw. Ball sent it high. Carlton Cole. Diop comes out, and Cole makes a little bit of contact with Clement Diop. And no hard feelings. Both players shrug it off, and it's be an opportunity now for Los Angeles to slow things down and settle it down a bit. And we have a substitution now as Daniel Trickett-Smith will come in for Harry Williams, who had a phenomenal night. Really put himself in some great positions to score. Didn't find the net, but a round of applause for number 9.
Yeah, Harry, good shift tonight, and I like this decision here. I would even like to see here DTS, Daniel Trickett-Smith, coming a little bit earlier. Kind of the playmaker in there. I tell you what, Daniel Trickett-Smith makes the right decisions 9 times out of 10. I think that's what this club needs. A guy like Danny Barrera, but plays a little bit higher up the pitch, that can kind of feed in and maybe help Carlton Cole, help Wilson Nishaw out a little bit to put him in the right position, and then even maybe help Cam Iwasa get himself in a good position. That's what I think DTS brings to this squad, which is needed right now in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
I know it's been phenomenal during this run. We haven't seen Tommy Thompson, who's been on loan from the San Jose Earthquakes for a few matches now, and he was such a vital part to the beginning of this 9-game unbeaten streak.
Yeah, I think that shows once again players in a season. It goes in ways where you have pieces of the season where you need guys to step up in certain times, and Tommy Thompson was that guy.
Quick ball in, looking for Cole. Diop able to jump up and make a play.
I tell you what, Diop, athletic and as big as he is, it's going to be tough for Sacramento to get anything out of these lofted balls in the box. Diop's just going to be able to come out and gobble them up. Any contact that's given or received by Diop, he's going to go down. He's going to kill a minute. So you got to be careful with these lofted balls in the box. Make them driven.
Love the pace of Nishaw here. So what do you want to see?
I want to see patience. I want the ball at Daniel Trickett-Smith's feet going forward and attacking that back four with good runs running off of that. So try to get the ball through Jeremy Hall, through DTS, and maybe even also I wouldn't mind to see Kiffey get himself more involved and serve more balls in the box, because I think Kiffey's got a wonderful left foot, whips in good balls, good pace, good whip on him, good whippage as you call it, Rob, and I think that's what's needed right now to stay away from a guy like Diop.
Sacramento ball driven hard.
Some stagnant runs right there. Guys need to move around.
Kiffey out to the left is Barrera. Barrera will receive it just outside the box. Sprayed a little too hard. Easy play for Bradford Jamison. Will send it into the stands.
Yeah, keep the ball moving. Don't let anytime the ball's going down for a set piece or a throw, keep it going. Keep the momentum going Sacramento's way. See, lofted ball in the box. Lofted ball in the box. Rob Diop's going to come up and gobble him and do that every single time and kill as much time as possible.
How difficult when you have a guy like Carlton Cole is it to refrain from trying to do that. You see his size, you know that he has experience, you feel like, well, we can make something happen this way.
Yeah, I mean,
bad shot here from
difficult, but really, just so cheeky, Jeremy Hall. It's difficult, but you got to know. I mean, 3 or 4 times in a row now, we've seen that lofted ball up in the box is no good. So hopefully, guys are making decisions right now that rather than do that, you got to whip it in or drive it in hard or get it down to the end line and try to serve hard balls across the face of the goal.
So J.J. Caval will replace Danny Barrera and wear the captain's armband as well. It's a little defensive-minded move here, likely with Daniel Trickett-Smith. You give a little bit more opportunities here to move forward, give Danny Barrera a rest, and he comes out in the 90th minute. It'll be J.J. Caval here. Will try to do something, who has become more of a tactic-minded player with Jeremy Hall coming to the team a few months ago.
I mean, Paul's asked him to do a lot more stuff, and I think he's typically used to a lot more going forward, a lot more trying to get himself in the box or get into the final third, which typically isn't what's asked of a guy like J.J. Caval. I think he's really embraced that role and found himself in good positions and really influenced the game positively in that final third.
Approaching 90 minutes played here at Bonnie Field. The only question now is how much time will be added from Victor Rivas. It will be 5. So the sprint stoppage time is 5 minutes. So plenty of opportunities for the Republic to sneak one more in. J.J. Caval, but still aggressive, or the Galaxy too, or a down amount of Revillon was sent off.
So we go back to this, Rob. We talk about this all the time. There's going to be a chance, okay? There's going to be a chance that Sacramento's going to have, and you have to take it. You have to grab that chance and put the ball in the back of the net.
Here's Kippy looking to the middle, and the whistle blows in the box against J.J. Caval.
Yeah, that's just a bit unlucky by J.J. He's being physical right there. And once again, Villarreal's holding his face. He's ready to get up.
So Jaime Villarreal, a little bit slow, but
and any sort of stoppages as you're going when you're chasing the game, or when LA2, for example, is trying to save this game. Any stoppage, they're going to take as much time as possible. I tell you what, and it absolutely just crushes momentum and crushes the speed of game and slows everything down. And that's exactly what LA wants. They want a lot of stoppages where they can slow things down, eat up some clock, and clear their line.
After what has gone on here tonight, Los Angeles would be quite happy to come away with a point. But you're right, here again, Sacramento losing opportunities by not taking care of the ball. They've got 4 minutes or so. Try to pick up another goal, which would result likely in 3 points. Would be huge for their opportunity to host potentially 3 playoff games.
Yeah, that home field advantage,
which was so crucial in 2014 on their run to the USL Championship. Fighting is Daniel Trickett-Smith, who takes a hard elbow, then he is called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think DTS does a good job there, fights really well with Covarrubias. And once again, this kills momentum. Look how slow LA is going to be getting out and clearing their line. That's a tough foul for DTS to concede. Covarrubias goes in real hard with that arm.
Daniel Trickett-Smith from Newcastle, England.
They'll hoof the ball up the pitch, try to pick up a second ball.
And Trickett-Smith came over when Liverpool U21s were in town. Bradford Jamieson trying to get to it. Down goes Elliott Ford, and Republic will try to get it going quickly here.
Just play it out, get the ball moving again.
39 fouls in this match. I don't have it on hand, but I think that might be a Republic record here at Bonnie Field. I can't remember anything of that high. Pushing forward, Cameron Iwasa, back tap, little miscommunication, dink up over the top, looking for Thing, and it's a slap away from Diop, and nearly snuck under the crossbar.
I remember Elliott Horde combining with Daniel Trickett-Smith right there. Diop, not sure exactly what he's doing. I thought he had plenty of time.
Here's Kippy winning the ball against Covarrubias. Now he's working toward the middle of the park, cuts it back, has it poked away, gets it right back again, and the whistle blows late. Covarrubias again able to draw a foul. And a yellow card this time shown against James Kippy.
I'm not sure, maybe it's just a persistent infringement or whatever they're calling it nowadays, Rob. We've had plenty of fouls here tonight. Caution nonetheless. Well, once again, opportunity for LA to kill 30 to 45 seconds right here of this 5 minutes of extra time.
Good chance for the Republicans. Somehow that almost snuck in. Dangerous play. Ariel Lassiter almost had an open look at Evan Newton.
Yeah, just Chris Christian kind of not winning that battle.
Oscar Sorto. Sorto's 19th appearance for the club.
This is where Rebus needs to know. Now he's saying, listen, I got you guys. There's going to be time added to this extra time because of you guys trying to eat up the clock.
Sacramento Republic's got to get out of their final third here. And it's going to be another throw for Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA's doing a good job. I tell you what, this extra time right now of not allowing Sacramento any chances.
To the end line, goal kick here. Now Sacramento has to do something with it. Good chance here. Get a good possession. They tied this one up from Wilson Nisha off the rebound as Homon Diop not able to secure it on a strike from Cameron Owasa. That came in the 80th minute. Carlton Cole going up for it. Still loose. Wilson Nisha. Los Angeles, bad strike here. Sorto goes down. No whistle blown. Ariel Lassiter now will make a play for it. Great ball here. Moving forward. Here's Nisha. He's onside, but Diop will able to get to it.
It's too direct. It's just too direct by Jeremy. He's got to put a little bit more loft on that thing or put it in the corner out of the box, preventing that situation of Clement Diop coming up and gobbling it up with his hands. If you put it in the corner a little bit better, it takes the goalkeeper out.
And that will do it. So Sacramento, down at the break, has come back to tie it once again in a replay of what we saw a week ago in Carson, California. Los Angeles able to hang on for a point on the road. Sacramento will win the series by winning one match, drawing in the other three of the year. But Sacramento still has some work to do in a week from today if they want to secure that top spot in the Western table. We'll have so much more for you here in the postgame show. Do not go away. Highlights, statistics, and thoughts on from Kevin on how this club finishes out and earns that top spot in the West. This one ends in a draw, 1-1 between the Galaxy and the Republic here on the CW 31.
Hi, I'm Laura. Ask me about my Honda. So I'm a college professor and a costume hobbyist, and I travel about 400 miles per week. I take Civi to all these different types of conventions, and we pack all the costumes into her, and we just go. I would definitely recommend a Honda to a friend because it's safe, it's reliable, and it's stylish, just like me.
Looking for a car with character to transport all of yours? Get Laura's story and an epic deal on a new Civic at your Northern California Honda dealer's Facebook page.
Wiener Schnitzel's gonna feed your night. Whatever you're craving, we've got you covered. The night is waiting. Feed it at Wiener Schnitzel.
I'm telling people about my new show, Harry. We want to get to know everyday folks. We have to, really get tight. You like to shake it a little bit? Yeah. Hey. You could learn something from my show. I could learn something from my show. These are going to shrink in the wash, right? We're going to talk to great people like yourselves. I'm here to meet a lady named Poochie. Hey, y'all. It sounds like I came to the right place. This is y'all's party.
Harry, weeknights at 5 on CW30.
You might know me as Eddie from East Los High, where I play an undocumented teen whose family struggles without access to healthcare. But check this out. Later this year, California is expanding Medi-Cal to undocumented people under the age of 19. That means you can see a doctor if you get sick or you just need a checkup. Here's what you need to do. Sign up for Emergency Medi-Cal now, even if you don't have an emergency. Spread the word and don't wait. Visit CaliforniaHealthPlus.com to find a clinic to help you.
The final regular season match here at Bonnie Field 2016 ends in a tie, 1-1. As the Republic, a hard-fought draw here in the club gathering in the middle of the field here. We've never quite seen that. And Buckle pulling the team, having a few words on the field. And now the players will go over and say thank you to the fans. They've walked around. Round of applause for a great 2016 season here. But it's not over yet. Got the playoffs as well coming up. So a lot to get here. Let's get to first our Zoom image of the match. And there has been so many good ones, but this one, because of you, the TIFO that the club created this week for all the fans, just to show their appreciation for what they have done last, not only this season, but in 2016, since 2014, I should say as well. Well, our Bonnie man of the match tonight is the newcomer, Wilson Nishon. We go down to Julissa Ortiz, who, with the man who scored the tying goal late in this one.
Yes, it is our man of the match, Wilson Nisha. Congratulations to you. Let's talk about that goal. You came in the 60th minute. 20 minutes later, you scored. Take me through that one.
Just typical striker's finish, just following in from a shot. I saw that Cam was lined up to shoot, and I know if I stay on side and get the jump on the defenders, the goalkeeper's always going to parry it out. So, yeah, glad to come on again and score and help the team to get a point.
Talk about the importance and how difficult it is to come in and influence and actually score during this match.
I mean, it's always difficult just finding the tempo of the game. I mean, you could see the tackles flying in today in the rivalry. I mean, but yeah, it's always difficult, but I'm just happy it's happened 3 times now, so maybe I'm just a lucky substitute. I don't know. Who knows?
We'll go with that, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
You talked a little bit about the physicality. It was a very physical game. A number of yellow cards, dozens and dozens of fouls. Talk about what it was like for you on the pitch.
Well, as you say, it's always a rivalry, and I was watching from the sideline, and we were laughing at some of the tackles going in. But yeah, it's always hard to come in, as I said, and look, you've got to battle in these games. I mean, we're fighting for a championship. It's a rivalry, and you've got to fight with everything you've got, and thankfully we came away with a point.
All right, well, congratulations to that. I love the dance at the end, by the way.
Thank you, yeah.
I got to do a little karaoke with him earlier this week on Good Day Sacramento. Coach said you should probably stick to your day job.
I mean, I might have a secondary job. I'm not too sure yet. Maybe an after-football career in singing. Who knows?
We'll see about that. Back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Julissa. What a great pickup and what a great young man Wilson Nisha is. 3 goals, 4 appearances for the Republic. And these are not 90 minutes he's getting per match here. I mean, he has limited time here. He has been incredible. Let's take a look. Tonight's Subway goal of the match. No doubt about it. Talk us through this one, Kevin.
Yeah, obviously Cam Iwasa finds a little angle, finds an opening, wonderful strike, gets it away. Diop might need to do a little bit better, but once again, just as what Nisha said, you find yourself in that situation, you need to stay onside and get the jump on the defenders, and he did exactly that, and just a simple pass in the back of the net. And these guys are rated on their strike rate per 90 minutes. How many goals are you going to get per 90 minutes? His number is absolutely absurd right now, so that's what you really need to focus on for strikers, and I think his number this year is going to be second to none.
Well, a record for the Republic, 10-match unbeaten streak. It started with Rio Grande Valley in July 30th. And they have not posted a loss since that time. And I know wins are what you always strive for. But, Kevin, to go 10 games without a loss, pretty special there. So this club continues to roll on here as we continue on with the post-game show as well. We'll be right back. The final segment, highlights, statistics, thoughts from Kevin Goldthwait. That's all coming up right here in the CW31.
Today we're going to be comparing these 2 truck beds. Let's start over here with this aluminum bed. Put your toolbox up here.
Whoa, that's a big hole. That is unbelievable.
Now let's check out the roll-formed steel bed of the Silverado. Same spot, same empty toolbox.
Took it way better. The steel held up.
Find your tag and get 16% of MSRP cash back on select remaining 2016 Silverado pickups in stock. That's over $7,500 cash back on this Chevy Silverado. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Putting off vehicle maintenance? We've got you covered. The highly trained technicians at Jiffy Lube do more than just oil changes. We also replace filters, exchange coolant and transmission fluids, rotate tires, and more. All in a Jiffy. Visit jiffylube.com for deals and locations. Jiffy Lube. Leave worry behind.
See you tonight.
Okay, we'll be home at 5.
Okay.
I got a high bill alert from SMUD.
Huh.
I wonder why electricity's spiking at 4.
Bye.
may not have a garage band, but with My Energy Tools, you can set customized bill alerts and use the tips and tools to help lower your bill. Start saving at smud.org/myenergytools.
Master the drink run and get any small prep-based smoothie, shake, or medium iced coffee for $2.
Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. Glory, glory, Sacramento. The Republic marches on.
The regular season at Bonnie Field coming to a close, but that does not mean this season is over. The Republic will head to the playoffs here, and quite an opportunity to be one of the top seeds in the West as well. And so let's get to your NorCal Honda highlights here. NorCal gets it for style, performance, and value. You can't beat Honda. See your Northern California Honda dealers now for the best deals. NorCalHondaDealers.com. Kevin, it was a chippy match. It was one that had a lot of opportunity, and early on, the Galaxy 2 were putting the pressure on Evan Newton and the Republic.
Yeah, I think it started off first 10 or 15 minutes, both sides with a couple of decent chances. A lot more open than I think you see a lot of these games, these rivalry games. Typically are played relatively conservatively, but not this one. Seems like it was open, it was fun, it was chippy, and you get a good look here at their goal, obviously, with Mike DeFont getting turned Vieri out with a great service in the box. Wonderful finish.
And Zubak, the 18-year-old, with his second goal of the season. But out of the break, Sacramento would come back firing just as they did in Carson. And Cameron Iwasa nearly slots it home in the back post. Can't make it happen.
Yeah, a couple really good chances for Sacramento in the second half. And here's the goal, obviously a great strike by Cam Iwasa, creating goals. When he's not scoring goals, he's creating goals. And really wonderful finish by Nishaw, finding himself in a really good position towards the end of the game. A striker's goal, as he said. A lovely slide on the knees to celebrate. And you're going to look at these stats, Rob. You know what we just discovered and found out? LA Galaxy 2, 0 shots in the second half.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, really, you look at whatever happened in the locker room, whatever was said, whether it was a calm discussion from Paul or a riled-up discussion, whatever it was, it worked. And the guys came out and performed well, had a lot of really good chances, and we're fortunate and lucky enough to get that equalizing goal.
And the Republic were able to take advantage of having just 10 men on the field for the Galaxy 2 for Revion hit with his second yellow card. And you look at this, 6 yellow cards handed out tonight. 20 fouls for each club. That's got to be a record. I don't think we've ever seen that.
And I think that's just, kind of goes with the territory when you're dealing with these rivalry games, especially against LA. And I'm surprised at how quickly and how emotional LA came out. As soon as these fouls started to happen, they were already right in the referee's face and Rivas' face asking for things. And you typically don't see that. So I don't know if this is maybe the discussion that Analfo has, and maybe it's the personality of these guys in LA where they feel a bit privileged and
where you go?
Exactly. There's a little chip on my shoulder right now. But that they're asking for things and they expect things. But I tell you what, the organization down in LA, for what success they have and have had over the years, I mean, they want to come up here and win, and that's what makes the rivalry so great. And they feel they deserve it. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful rivalry that's no longer coming of age. It's here. It's absolutely fully here and ready to continue, and hopefully we see these guys in the playoffs.
There's no match better than Los Angeles Galaxy 2 and the Sacramento Republic. Here's what we got coming up. September 24th, we got the Tulsa Roughnecks, the last regular season game, and then October 1st would likely be here at the Bonnie Field. Let's see if we can close it out with a victory a week from today in Oklahoma. And that would be it. And then if the first seed, I mean, potentially the first 3 matches here at Bonnie Field.
What,
so
that
great
game
chance.
next week is going to be really, really important for that, for what sort of seeds are going to happen. So massive game for the Republic away from home next week.
Well, Wilson Nishaw, the star in this one, signing autographs as a young fella who has just joined the club a few weeks ago, making a big impact already. He's saved the Republic from potentially 2 losses against Los Angeles in consecutive weeks. He is the man of the match tonight after scoring that goal in the 80th minute. We want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight at the CW31 or online, wherever you may be. It's because of you this season has been so wonderful. The Republic on the field playing great as of late. They have not lost in 10 straight matches. Can it continue on? We got the postseason in 2 weeks. And hopefully right here at Bonnie Field. I want to thank our entire crew from Franklin Pictures. Couldn't do it without you. One of the best in the business, no doubt about it. Our director, Jeff Butler, our producer, Mark Lanner, executive producer, Rusty Pravat, For Luis Ortiz and Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. It's a draw here at Bonnie Field. The Republic hope to kiss their way into the playoffs for the third consecutive time, and they hope to do it right here at home.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
Master the drink run and get any small prep-based smoothie, shake, or medium iced coffee for $2.
So, can I see you again?
I'm free on Black Forest Ham Day.
There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day.
Every day a different 350 6-inch sub. Every day of the week. Every sub contains no artificial flavors. At just $3.50, it's a great sub at a great price.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on
Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The 350 sub of the day. Every day of the week at Subway.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that can stop for you. Take on sudden stops in Nissan Sentra, Altima, and Maxima with intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to your local Nissan store today and save up to $4,250 on Altima, or get a low $129 per month lease on Sentra.